If you want to talk about Midnight Mass a little,
Yes, I do.
I love that show.
You like it? We all finished.
Yeah, I finally watched a show.
Midnight Mass was fucking fantastic. The guy who plays the priest is just every scene he's in, the other actors have to be upset because he dominates the scene. Like he makes everybody else's actor, talents diminish every time.
I just realized that I'm talking about Midnight Gospel, the cartoon.
God damn you. All right. Well, look, for those of you who don't listen to PKA, first of all, shame on you.
I was talking about Midnight Rider, the Western. I thought I was finally part.
No, I was talking about Midnight Cowboy, the 70s movie.
Yeah, when he dies of AIDS. Yeah, I thought that's why you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
No, Midnight Mass, it's a Netflix show, and it's very, very good. It's a bit of a vampire tale. It's a bit of that, but it's very, very good. Everyone, you look it up online, and that's the first thing in the fucking review.
My recommendation is this for this show: go in blind, because it is a mystery.
I was until now.
I know, right? Jesus Christ! You go in blind, you won't know what the fuck's going on. Like, we're going to put a spoiler tag in now. You've ruined it. You've ruined it for so many thousands, tens of thousands. And they put you in the jizz
hundreds of thousands.
And they put you in the jizz biz.
I give it fucking 2 thumbs up. And I really enjoyed it. I watched it in one sitting, 7 hours worth. I will say this, if you're not convinced by us, like RLM did a review, Red Letter Media, they really enjoyed it as well. I watched 2 minutes of their review and then immediately went to Netflix and watched 7 hours of this show. Like whenever they tell me to watch something, I do. There was a horror movie a while back, like the Black Coat's Daughter or something like that. They were also right about that was really good. But in any case, this is a really fucking good TV show. There is a lot of talking. There is a lot of character development. There is a little CGI that works out really well. They use it sparingly. It takes you a while to figure out what's going on. I want to say about 15 minutes into episode 2, I had figured out most of the story and I knew exactly what was going on by like episode 4. I was like, oh no, I know.
I'm mostly done episode 2 and I don't know shit. It's apparently a TV show about dead cats.
Nope, there's a lot more than that. I was like, more than that. I was super like when Kyle he recommended it to us.
Mostly joking.
I know. When he was like,
there are dead cats.
I was like, in our private text, Kyle, because you were like, if anybody thinks they know what's going on, just text me privately, and I sent stuff to you, and you figured it out so fucking quickly that I was like, I felt like a challenge was issued where I'm like, all right. By the end of episode 3, I need to have this figured out. And I thought I had it mostly figured out by episode 3. And I texted Kyle my predictions, and he was like, spot on, my friend, spot on. And I was like, he would never say that if it was correct. So I missed something here. And I did miss a couple things, but it's really, really a good show. Midnight Mass. I like it a lot. I don't know what the actor's name is who plays the priest.
Don't either.
I don't think he doesn't look familiar to me with his face and anything, but he's tremendous. I hope he gets more work because
I do too.
Are we supposed to hate the chick that criticizes the priest?
Yes. Oh, wait. Which one?
Well, then I'm on the right track.
The white lady who's very churchy.
I don't think there's any black people in this show.
No, there are. Maybe you haven't watched far enough, but
maybe. She's very churchy.
Seen...
She criticized his choice of gold outfit.
Oh, that wasn't she wasn't criticizing. She was like curious, like, and see, that's a clue in itself. See, I caught that clue. That's one I caught. Oh, did you catch it too?
I did, but only because I have Catholic family, so I know.
Yeah, so like you wear different colors on different days, just like, and I'm not a Catholic, but they lay it out there. Like I want to say you wear the gold one on like feast day, and the green one was the one that was more appropriate for whatever day it was.
Time.
Yeah, for ordinary. So I found that very interesting, and that I read a lot into him wearing that because he didn't seem like the type of man. But I knew 2 things at that point anyway. I knew who the priest was, and I knew that he's not the type of man to not know what fucking color shirt to wear. And so those two things added together led me to like go down that rabbit hole that got me to like solving the whole mystery of the show in like 2 episodes. It's a good fucking show. It's not a fucking challenge. It's TV meant to be enjoyed, but I highly recommend it. There's a mystery going on. There's some neat characters. It reminds me so much of something that Stephen King wrote. I had to do a double check. I was like, Stephen King wrote this, right? They did Stephen King better than Stephen King does Stephen King. Like you even have like the inciting incident with a Volkswagen involved right there at the beginning, and the character haunted by the flashbacks with a little bit of ghost stuff going on. And it's like, man, this is Stephen King beat for beat, but it's not. And then you also have like the core concept of the show that I won't spoil too much. That's another Stephen King. He loves that shit. He loves that specific subject matter. All the stuff about loss and regret, family, groupthink, the way that religion can twist people's minds, perception-based information. You know, the way that like think about how those first cavemen were down here. They've got their fire at night. Other caveman has his fire at night, and they look in the sky and they say, "Wow, who builds their campfires up there? Who are those people?" And you know that sort of mindset. Like they had this. Okay, lights are campfires. There are lights. Lights must be campfires. Yeah. Well, they put things together that way because it was what they knew. They had this framework, and they plugged in outside information into the framework they understood, and they end up with a flawed understanding of reality. And you see that concept repeated later on, and it's a really, really smart, well written, well directed, all the way around. Enjoyed it kind of show.
Well acted. Like there were so many characters. Like Woody, you said there weren't any black characters. The black girl in the wheelchair. She's a very big.
She's a halvesy.
And I like her a lot. She's a very good actress. I like her. But the priest stole the fucking show. He stole the show in most episodes.
Well, Midnight Gospel is pretty good. It's about
what's that about?
I don't know about that.
It's about a podcast that gets animated. I don't know if you guys know anything about that.
No.
But it's a good. It's a good
it's
show.
Really not our subject matter expertise.
It is about that, but it's really good. You should check it out.
I got a couple of those animated stories. You should we should do something with them.
We should upload them or something. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what. Maybe we just watch them on the show. I don't
raise some
know.
money for it. So,
yeah. Let's sell them.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that. Let's not. We've been leading people towards bad movies for a second. If you guys had to pick top 3 just horror, I mean, there's a bleed over between horror and thriller, so include that.
Do The Thing, The Shining.
Top 3.
I'd probably do The Thing, The Shining, and probably The Conjuring. You know, and I picked those because they're enjoyable.
Those are solid picks.
They're classics. I like all the acting. I like the practical effects, and they're different kinds of horror. All 3 of them. They're all 3 different kinds of horror.
Could I like the Silence of the Lambs supplant one of those top 3?
I don't think it's scary. It's one of the very few horror movies that ever won the Oscar, because I think they may have called it a thriller, but I don't love it. I think Anthony Hopkins' really performance is a little. You know, if you were really there, you might be like, "Fuck you, dude. What are you gonna do?" Like. Loser.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like his like
yeah,
like that kind of shit. I didn't like that. That was kind of ridiculous. But
yeah,
Silence of the Lambs is great. The Thing, I'm 100% on board with you with. I was thinking The Shining before you said it, and so I guess I have to stay consistent to that. That's another solid one. But Silence of the Lambs, I guess I could plug that in to make it different. And then like, I want one that's truly terrifying for the third, because like. The Thing isn't horrifying, but it's a really fucking good movie. Silence of the Lambs isn't going to terrify you, but it does that unsettling vibe so incredibly. Zach says Saw 1 and 2. Disagree on 2. Saw 1 is an excellent movie.
I thought the Babadook was very, very scary to me. Other people have told me it didn't scare them.
I didn't like that one, really.
It's
the
also
kid annoyed the shit out of me.
Yes. Why can't you just be normal? Fucking crazy.
The poor mom. That whole time, I'm like, this poor mom. Like,
yeah, that's what the movie's about.
Give her some help.
The Descent scared the shit out of me when I first saw it in theaters, about the 4 lady spelunkers who run into the creatures down in the cave they're trapped in. That was really scary at the time. Paranormal Activity 1, the first one,
That's
when
a good
he
pick.
goes up,
Good.
there's a part where he goes up into the attic to see what the noise is, and his like half of his body is in the attic and half of it's not, and you don't know whether to be afraid for him because maybe something up there is going to grab him, or afraid for her because now she doesn't have him there to protect her. She's kind of down the hall and halfway in a bedroom looking down the hall at him, halfway up the ladder, and he finds that picture of her, but it's a picture of her when she was a little girl that's burned, and it's burned because it was destroyed in her childhood home, and they're like 25 years old in another state now, and it's like, dude, that's so upsetting to find up there. And like, sort of, because they take the time to pour over it too. She's like, that can't exist, and he's like, it does exist, I'm holding it. She's like, it's impossible. And it's like that you start realizing that something awful is happening. And then one more scene in that, it's awful. They put awful scary. They put baby powder on the floor because something's walking around at night, and there's goat prints in the fucking powder, like hoof prints.
Supernatural's, I have my 3. Supernatural's a great pick, and I like it for the same reason I like my middle one. My first is Jaws. Jaws is one of the scariest movies ever made. Generations of people are scared of sharks that otherwise wouldn't be. People are scared of sharks in a way that they don't talk about bears. Bears are probably far more dangerous and kill far more people. But I'm scared away a bear. I wouldn't try that shit with a shark. I would not start splashing and yelling at a shark. I told the bear he was bad, and it looked like I hurt his feelings. So all right, Jaws, super scary.
That's good.
Got people. All right, next one. You guys won't agree, but Blair Witch Project. It was scary to me, but I really appreciate it because it was something I hadn't seen before. Horror movies especially fall into this formulaic thing of people making terrible decisions. Blair Witch Project was something different, and I like that about it. And the last one, also a little bit different, is 28 Days Later. I've seen so many zombie movies where I think I could be the hero of this universe. 28 Days Later, I would die. I'm not as fast as that guy at the start. No, I wouldn't have lasted 90 seconds in that.
That got so quick.
He was running flat out.
It looked
for longer than I can.
Do you think
I could start at a full sprint and you'd catch me.
I want to tweet at him and be like, hey, in that first scene, did you train? Like, did you get a running coach? Because you are running so fast and so clean. And dude, he's hauling so much, and it's
I'd be leaning more and more forward until I do it.
Yeah, and it's
put
not
your head on the
like
gate, knock yourself out dead.
and him running well is not just a random occurrence in the movie. It has a lot of weight to it because you see him do that, and unless you yourself are like a collegiate level runner, you're thinking, I can't run that fast. But he is so close to being eaten. You know that if you're not as fast as him, then you're eaten. So you're looking at that and you're saying, I can't survive. I'd have died.
There's this moment where he's there with his wife and kid. His kid's on the wrong side of the room, and he knows there's no saving that kid. It's impossible. The wife knows it's a long shot, knows that it can't happen, but feels compelled to sort of be in this suicide pact with a kid that's about to get destroyed. And husband is like, this isn't a suicide pact. This is a marriage. Gotta go. And sure enough, he sees her on the window, right? As the opening scene. And it's like, yeah, she gets pulled off and she dies. Of course she did. There was no way he could survive. I asked, like, if your kid is drowning in lava, molten lava, are you obligated to jump in and try and save him?
Nah.
No, they're already dead. Yeah.
Right?
I'll probably poke him with a stick, help him down.
That's the situation that these people are in. And mom decides, if a kid's drowning in molten lava, you jump in there and do your best, even though obviously how it's going to work out. So anyway, 28 Days Later created an environment that I thought was unsurvivable, and that got me. Blair Witch was new, and Jaws, I don't know. It must be 40 years later. I'm still scared of sharks.
No,
Jaws is an excellent pick. I wouldn't have thought of that one.
It's funny you say that. I watched Jaws last week or something like that. And it's, I know every beat of that movie. I've probably seen it 20 times, but it is scary. And there's several scenes. What scares me is when it's when the little Boy Scout falls out of his boat, or maybe he's doing a swim or something, and like a kayaker's trying to help him, like, hey kid, give me your hand. and the shark swims under them maybe, and you sort of see the shark is so enormous and you see the white belly of it like passing underneath. That's so scary. That's
the
so
score
scary.
is so good on that movie.
Yeah. Roy Schneider does a great performance, and it's just shot really well to make you feel all that anxiety. I agree with you on Blair Witch, though. I remember watching that.
I thought
it came out in '99, maybe. I remember I rented it on like pay-per-view, and we watched it at my house at night. And I remember getting nauseous, like sick to my stomach, not from the camera movement, because there was a lot, but just from the fear, just being so scared that I was like grossed out because they found those. One of their friends goes missing in the night, and they find like a little bundle, like a little dirty bag with his teeth in it. It's like his molars and his hair, and like maybe a little doll made out of twigs. And they and that's fucking scary. And then the campaign for that movie was unlike anything they ever did. They presented it as found footage. It was one of the first found footage movies. It was definitely the one to take advantage of it fully. And so people believed that those actors were missing persons. They were calling their families and saying, "I'm so sorry to hear about Megan, and Paul."
I think they weren't allowed to go on like promotional interviews and stuff to try and further that.
There's a website too. So it was the early day of absolutely right, Taylor. And they also had a website where you could go and like, it's like a missing persons website. Like, hey, there's this you could sort of take part in the mystery, and they gave no hint that any of it was fake. So lots of people thought it was real. That I'm
psyched you guys like my picks. I never do well in these.
I
think Pinocchio was scary.
Dude, Pinocchio, when they go to that island and they start turning people into donkeys, that 5-year-old me was horrified at that.
You ever hear Alex Jones talk about that?
What did he say?
Let's look at Pinocchio. What were they trying to say, Joe? You're telling me there's an island where they kidnap little boys? They take them there. They transform them for immoral purposes. You think it's just a cartoon, Joe? They a fable? Nah, I don't think so. No,
you're doing so well at this.
This is reminiscent of the evil that we have to live with. Hillary Clinton was on the Donkey Island. We know this. Drinks the blood of infants and children, Joe.
That's interesting. How's your job as the press secretary going?
Horrible. I'm roundly hated.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
Everyone says, stop yelling. The mic is good enough to pick up what you're saying.
Well, he has a suit on, but no sleeves. Like he's sleeveless.
Joe, I got to tell you, there's a lot more gay guys in this business than I thought there were.
A lot of queers in this press room. I'm gonna tell you that.
I need to rewatch Blair Witch because it's been 15 years.
I don't know if it stands up to the rewatch.
And so I would need to check it out again. But Jaws, I saw that when I was like 6 or 7, and it horrified me. I was terrified of sharks for years. I grew up in Missouri. Like there's nowhere
that hit home. There's no safer state.
There's a meme that goes around where it's like it shows shark attacks by state, and it's obviously all coastal states, but Missouri will have like 1 or 2 because of bull sharks that like eat some retard in the Mississippi River.
Really?
And so
you can swim in the Mississippi. People do.
Dumb people do. Like it's disgusting.
How do bull sharks get? There's no way they get all the way up to Mississippi.
It's so not that it's like
it's brown. I've seen
super brown, and really the thing is it moves so quickly. Anytime it rains, like it's a suicide mission to go in there. Like you shouldn't, unless you're if you're a Woody tier swimmer, you can handle it. But
ex-Woody, Prime Woody would have a joy in the Mississippi River. Yeah. but yeah, I look at that. I don't know how boats go upstream. Like
slowly. Yes.
Like I'm like, this is economically viable to push 35 barges upstream at the same time. You guys know better than me.
Yeah,
I saw in Australia on the coast. I guess they had these stink balls. Nobody knew what they were. These big disgusting balls of goo were washing ashore. And they said they smelled indescribably bad.
Ambergris.
They said that it smelled indescribably bad, not good. They said it was the worst smell you'd ever smelled, and people were afraid to touch them. And there was a lot of them, I guess. So they sent them off and they tested them. It was this weird. polluted
India?
concoction of like soap solids, human feces, methamphetamines, animal tranquilizers, hair.
Good God.
I swear to God, there was a list of the worst things you can imagine.
Who was making this? Was it India? Did India do it?
Where did you say it was?
We call it potpourri.
Where did you say it was?
I believe it was in Australia. They were washing up on the coast. I'm guessing it's pollution, being washed out to shore from, I guess, from anywhere. It could even be some fucking Chinese pollution. Those nasty fucks.
It could be anywhere.
Dude,
I don't know who the polluters are. We're all polluters. I mean, we as Americans are the number one polluters per capita.
America has gotten so much better in my lifetime. Like, people used to throw the food out there, like the fast food wrappers and stuff, out the window. Like, I don't know. Nature was just your dumpster, man. Like, not everyone did it, and I didn't. But I probably like 1 in 5 times you did. Dude, dude, in the 70s, this wasn't weird.
Yeah.
Like the whole side of the road was all broken. Right? Yeah, right. And I was a surfer in my young days, right? So this is like the 80s. Beaches always shut down for bacterial infections. I read and agreed that the disposable plastic tampon insertion device was the New Jersey seashell. Just up and down the beach. When it rained, the sewage was just, there's big pipes, too big for any of us to hug, that just take the sewage and put it in the ocean. And when it rains, you just see it dumping out. And here I am bobbing on my surfboard. Like, it's kind of stinky today out here, don't you think?
Kind of stinky out here.
I had like
so
stains on my wetsuit from, I don't know, the kind of globules that Kyle described. Like they'd get in the wax on my surfboard, and then you'd lay down to paddle, and then I just had everyone had spotted wetsuits. That was normal. It's not normal anymore.
So
I'm so glad that's a societal change we've made about litter.
I have a millionth the beach experience that you have, but I remember I went to Jekyll Island and we went out into that water, and it's really brown already. I think it's ugly water, but there were massive forest fires that year in Florida, and the smoke carried up and turned the water into like the murkiest, like dirt, like bath water, like when bath water is completely soaped up and you can't see into it at all. It's so opaque. That's what the ocean was like. And me and my buddy started wading out into the ocean, and it's really flat there. I don't know where it drops off. Thankfully, we never found. We were so far from the shore, we could barely see it up to like, I don't know, nipples. Mm-hmm. And we were looking for those conch shells. I remember like we'd step on one and then you'd go down and pick it up. And we had like a double armful each of conch shells we had found. But we were both of our feet were bleeding pretty bad from stepping on the conch shells because they're pokey. And I remember telling him, like, this can't be a good idea.
This was the ocean, not the bay?
Yeah, this is the ocean.
Okay.
We're on Jekyll Island, so we're like, in the ocean.
I don't know Jekyll Island. Okay.
It's an island off the coast of Georgia. It's where all the elites went to go plot against Donald Trump that time.
I remember that.
I grew up watching a lot of the horror movies from like the 80s and 90s that are almost like, looking back, I didn't really think of it at the time, probably because I was a kid, so they were scared of me, but they're almost like comedy horror, right? Like Freddy Krueger is like a comedy horror guy. If you've seen like Nightmare,
it's a little tongue in cheek. He's jokes and stuff.
Or Child's Play, Chucky is like it's like they always have like a joke before he kills somebody or some shit.
Sure. Because like right in the heart of that, you had that whole thing with Congress and the MPAA where they were they were dragging musicians and actors before Congress to testify about gore and stuff. And the MPAA cracked down so hard they would make like a Jason movie or whatever. They would be like, okay, let's edit this down so that we can get an R, and it'd come back X, like not even NC-17. Like they would have to cut so much out. They were pretty tame. I watch a lot of those 80s horror movies, like Freddy. The first Nightmare on Elm Street's a really good movie. The second movie is just a big gay allegory and has very little to do with actual like Freddy Krueger and his mythos. You got to go like 2 more movies before you get to another good Freddy Krueger movie.
Yeah, most of Freddy Krueger was. I didn't like those.
I
didn't like the Halloweens either. I didn't think those were scary.
Halloween 1 is good, and Halloween 2 is like self-contained. It like actually is a direct sequel, so I like that. After that, I stopped watching.
Fair enough. What is a horror movie you like? Like that you're like creme de la creme. That's a good horror. It spooks me. It frightens me. Good plot. Something like Sinister, or what's it called? Not Insidious or Sinister. What was that other one? The Conjuring.
The Conjuring is one of my favorite modern ones. What's his name? John. It's not John Woo, is it? I think that might be the director. It's really good. I liked it a lot. It relies on some jump scares, and I think it gets a bad rap for that because I think it earns those jump scares with the atmosphere. And but more recently, like we were talking about Hereditary and the way that Hereditary and Midsommar, and films like The Witch, have this really creeping sort of atmospheric thing that this from the very beginning they're sort of putting you in this place where joy and happiness don't exist in this world that you're in. So we're starting way down here and just wait, we're going further. Like there is no happy sunshine, teenagers in a high school enjoying their class and there's no calm before the storm. We're starting out in a shitty place and wait, it gets worse.
Yeah. Those are great movies. I like The Conjuring too. I liked both of the Conjuring movies. Maybe there's more, I don't know. But then those other ones that were like synonyms that both came out like around 2010, Insidious and Sinister.
Yeah.
Those were pretty fucking good too. I liked those.
So I get them a little mixed up. The one with Ethan Hawke, it's the one where you have the Bagul demon who makes children kill their own families, and he records it. So he
there's like the tree with the hanging people that you find in the film. Yeah.
Now the first half of that film, before you realize there is a Bagul demon
sinister.
That looks silly, is excellent. It's masterful. And Ethan Hawke's a good enough actor that he can carry the whole thing on his shoulders. But once you see that there's a Bagul demon and like you see it, it's kind of downhill from there. But it was a scary movie to me at the time. I remember when I watched it's not The Ring. What is the Japanese horror movie that has Sarah Michelle Gellar in it? And it's got the little cat boy that's going whatever. Grudge. That fucked me up when I was 18.
The Grudge got you?
I remember
Grudge. I thought it was stupid.
It's something about the way the little girl like moved all disjointedly, like really threw me off. But The Exorcist, when I watched it for the first time, it scared me more than I think it scares most people, especially like today, like 20 years after I was a kid, because I was religious at that age. Like I wasn't an altar boy or anything. I didn't think too seriously about it, but I believed in God. And so I was like, I mean, the devil exists. I mean, demons exist. Like I know they do. And here is a really good example of like what that can. I don't know that was a scary movie.
That was where like they like blacked out with makeup, like the eyes and the like white face of like that little Asian boy who like looked dead. Yeah, and he was like crawling on the ceiling. Yeah, that was all right. I liked The Ring a lot more. That came out when I was like in middle school, and I remember like it being the movie of middle school where everyone was like, "Oh, it's the scariest movie of all time." Like, of course, we had no perspective on scary movies, but it was the scariest to us. But I haven't seen The Ring in fucking 15, 16 years, but I remember liking it at the time when I saw it. I thought it was really scary.
Yeah, different things scare me. Like I've never been afraid of the slashers because it's like, I grew up on a farm. Like if somebody tries to come in our house with a knife, it's like, what were you thinking, boy? It's just not going to end well. So the idea
free knife.
It's literally what you're thinking as a country boy, like on a farm. It's like, so somebody's going to walk up the driveway, past the dogs, break through our big ass door. And like, what? We're not going to be loaded and ready. Like, what is it? Like, you're just not afraid of a guy with a knife.
I don't know, Destiny. Are you a horror movie guy? What do you enjoy?
I grew up watching every fucking horror movie, all of the classics from the 80s, like all the Hellraisers, the Child's Plays, the Jasons, every fucking classic horror movie. I watched a lot of the gore porn ones because they're interesting, I guess. But I think if you've I don't know if you guys ever did the fucking weird shit where you watched all the actual like crazy shit from like Ogrish and like the really old gore sites and stuff.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't.
I watched one about a year ago where this guy's kidnapped these two Japanese people, a man and a woman. I don't think they know each other, and he's got them on these stretchers facing each other.
Oh, you're talking about the movie, the one that ends with him cutting her head off, and then as she's flying through the air, she bites him to kill him as her head is flying off.
Well, that's cool if that happened. I didn't make it to the end because I got to a part there's a part right at the beginning.
You got to we'll go ahead,
like he finger bangs her until she squirts on his face, and then he jerks the guy off then until he comes on her. And I was like, oh no. And I fast forwarded a little, and he's about to cut her nipple off with some scissors. And I was like, what am I watching? And
Oh, that movie gets
It's a horror movie.
that movie gets so much worse. There's a part where he's like driving nails through the guy's dick with a hammer to like cut it off, and it's just like the most insanely ridiculous fucking movie in the world. That's one of the like just the crazy.
What is this movie called?
I don't even know what it's called. It's weird as fuck.
Damn, I want to watch it.
Like I get on like Amazon has so many little subgenres and channels that I like go through these little deep dives. Like that's how I found that Spanish language film where the girl is having sex with a tentacle alien.
Jesus,
that's a horror movie. Like it kills and rapes like a couple people. The tentacle alien does, but she's like down with it, and it's like it looks like one of those wild tentacle animation porns that I'm sure none of you have ever seen. So I'll describe them thoroughly. There's tentacles supporting the woman, and there's tentacles in every orifice, and she's really having a good time. And that's what this movie is. It was called like Untamed, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
I think my two favorite of all the things I've seen, and people will laugh at me for these, my two favorite horror movies are, one was, and I swear by this movie, and fuck everybody doesn't like it, okay? The very first Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly scary.
It's a good movie.
It was a creepy. When the guy comes in, when the priest, because everything seems kind of comical, you don't really know what's going on. When the priest comes into that house the second time, and he's like, "I have to leave. Like I'm freaking out or whatever." Like that movie just sets up the atmosphere. So, and they made that movie for like $32,000.
The scariest part of that movie to me is when he goes up into the attic, and suddenly our two, because being together like is such a, you feel safe. Like
of
even,
course.
Yeah.
Like I've had that where I'm watching a scary movie, but I've got my girlfriend with me. Now she's not gonna protect me from fuck all. If anything, she'll get in the way while I'm fighting it. But but her being there is like, all right, we're together.
Yeah.
So like
when
you have that with that couple in Paranormal Activity, when they're together, they're a team. If I see something, then you see it. There will be no paranoia where like, did she really see it? Like we're together. But he leaves her to go into the attic to check on the noise. And it's and you don't really get to go. He can't really tell what's up there. And it's like, if it takes him, she can't help. And if it takes her, he can't help. They're so close to being locked away from each other, and him being in that act and her down here. And neither one of those is such, that was the scariest moment of that to me.
And there are so many like creepy moments.
He finds a photograph up there that can't exist. That's what happens. And then I think right after that, maybe there's a big jump where something drags her away. Like something like that.
Why can't the photograph exist?
Because it burned up in her house fire when she was a child.
Yeah.
It burned in that house to nothing, and now it exists up there as like this charred remnant. And it was
is the first movie the one where at one point it's either the husband or wife that walks into the backyard and is like just sitting there hanging out there until the other one comes out.
Like
I remember
weird.
Yeah, I remember that part scaring me a lot. I think it was the husband that was out there, and he was just like dead-eyed staring at nothing until the wife comes up, or maybe the wife.
The wife is sitting on a bench. Oh, there was the one too where the wife is over the husband just staring at him while
that's
fucking weird. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Another one of my top two favorites is super great, borderline campy, good special effects. There's a movie called Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah,
I've seen that. I've seen Drag Me to Hell. I
really solid, super good movie. Really funny ending. Everything about when she's fighting the woman in the fucking grave and everything. That movie is really well done and really funny. Those are like my two, I think, like my favorite, like newerish, like horror movies. I think do things like really well. I enjoy those two a lot.
I almost put like Drag Me to Hell in the same category. Not the same category.
It's like comedy horror.
What is it called? Something versus the Evil Dead. Or Ash versus Evil Dead, or Chuck and someone fight the zombies, whatever.
It's like Dale and Ted versus Evil or something like that.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it's called. Like, and that's actually a really good movie. I really like it because it's like it's making fun of it the whole time. Like they're in the boat outside, like on the river, and then all the kids are swimming. And they're like, I don't want to upset them. I don't want them to think we're spying on them or nothing. And then the kids like start dying, and they're like, if we get out and help, they're gonna know we were looking at them, and they were like.
It's this thing where like it's very meta. It's the same way Cabin in the Woods was like meta like they're literally going through the tropes and all the multiple horror enemies. Like this movie is like that. They can't help that they seem like the bad guys from horror movies. They just seem like hillbilly rednecks, but really they're just like two good old boys who bought a cabin together and they want to fix her up.
It's a tremendous movie. Like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is very funny. I love horror. Like, I want a movie that's going to scare the shit out of me. Like, that's going to really fucking scare me. And I feel like once you've watched enough horror movies, that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like
I don't know if it's
tolerance.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an unpopular take because it's an M. Shemaimai, whatever the fuck. I remember thinking The First Signs was a really freaky movie.
I love it.
Because
that was one popular one. I wasn't.
I think you have to get like halfway into the movie before you finally see the fucking alien dude and the shitty.
Further.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I think movies that do that atmosphere really well, I think are. I give a lot of
Signs was one of his great movies, and like everything tied together at the end. I guess it's pretty.
Yeah, it was cute.
Right in reverse.
At
the time, I really loved it.
I think some people don't like it because it's too formulaic, and it's like, look, it's beautiful that way. I like it. It can be simple, but Mel Gibson is so likable in that movie, and he carries that thing so well. And the kids are excellent actors. That Kieran McCullen kid and
his
whoever
brother did a great job with the cleft lip. Or
Joaquin Phoenix.
Was that Joaquin Phoenix? Wow.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
he's got the hair lip.
Kills it, and you know, a little still supporting, and you know, Shyamalan's in there, and he does fine in his little role or whatever. Even the army recruiter down, you know, when Joaquin Phoenix goes to town, he's like describing what the alien invasion would be like. That's a cool little gritty moment. They should have had Arlie Ermey for that part. It would have been perfect.
When they tell him to swing, I was inspired.
Swing away.
Yeah, swing away.
And that music, the music goes, and it dong, and he fucking swings. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a
It was
huge
more
moment.
of a mystery thriller.
Because Mel Gibson like runs in and scoops the kid up, and like the alien's attention goes to Joaquin Phoenix. It's a great scene.
Kyle, would you put it in horror or would you put it in like mystery thriller?
No, it's horror. It's like aliens are coming in the night to take your children. It's a global invasion of when it there's that.
I need
moment,
to rewatch it. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's that moment where Joaquin Phoenix is just about to go into full tinfoil cap mode, and he's watching Mexican TV footage of an alien like running like through a garden or something.
That's such a freaky fucking video. It's the first time you see anything, and it is paused, and you can't see what's going on in the kids, and then the thing just walks by the camera. You're like, ooh, that's fucking weird. Yeah.
Not only do you do that, Joaquin Phoenix is terrified. Joaquin Phoenix has he makes you laugh. He's like, "Vamonos, children, vamonos."
Oh yeah, vamonos. Yeah, you're shouting to move,
and you get a little chuckle, and then you see it, and he goes, "Oh!" like that, like really convincingly. He covers his mouth. He recoils in terror, and you do too, because you just saw something move in a non-human, slanky, reptilian-esque kind of camouflage, creepy chameleon way, and it's like they're here already. They're among us. The scouts are here. That's what's in our fucking yard. You know, it's scary when they run around the house yelling and like they meet each other and then they look up and you hear it's like, oh shit. And I love the whole conversation they have with the sheriff when she shows up and she's like, you know, I saw these Kenyan high jumpers jump clean over your head. And Mel Gibson's like, well, okay, if we set aside Kenyan super athletes in the backyard last night pulling hijinks, what else are we looking at here? It's no, I dig that one.
You're probably right. I haven't seen that since when did that come out? 2004. Probably saw it last 2005.
It's the problem is that like and this sucks because it might be an age thing. I think there might be some. I don't know if I was watching Signs for the first time today. I don't know if I'd like it, but if I watch it again, I know I'll like it. Just because of how different media is today, I feel like it's probably harder for people that aren't used to enjoying kind of like slower things to enjoy those things. They're just going to feel really boring. I think. I'm not sure.
I think it hits you often enough to keep you interested. Because remember, like you've got scenes like the boy killing the German Shepherd with the skewer, and then you've got like Mel Gibson seeing the alien on the roof but not being sure what that is a scary fucking moment. Because you guys know, but maybe Destiny doesn't. My biggest fear is fucking aliens. Those gray aliens with the big fucking eyes. Okay. I don't believe in demons and ghouls and goblins, and I'm not scared.
Just aliens for this genius.
And look, I would love for you guys to read a headline about me strangling a knife wielding assailant to death, because that's what would fucking happen. But
it turned out it was a well-meaning Kenyan trying to jump over.
I'm gonna grab my duo bell and turn it to 10 and go to work. like I'm not worried about that either. But like a fucking extraterrestrial showing up in his like interdimensional light speed craft or whatever and beaming me up for a little operation is like my biggest fucking fear, because I don't have shit for that. Not that guy. Show me the fire in the sky. Show me
You're kind of a pussy. You're scared of that guy?
Kyle, that's what you're afraid of, you pussy?
I can punt that. Kyle. Show me the fire in the sky aliens, because those are the scary fuckers.
Oh, is that the guys that did the eye drill thing in that fucking movie or whatever?
First they like throw like a handful of shit in his mouth for like no good reason, and he's like vomiting up the shit, and then they like. You know that like fetish thing where they vacuum seal you to a bed with like that?
Yeah, I remember.
They like do that to him inexplicably, and then haphazardly use like the least sci-fi knife you've ever seen to cut a mouth hole in it, and then they go. I think that's when they throw the shit in his mouth, like, and they're just doing awful things to him, and it's believable-esque as a kid anyway. When I watched this shit, yeah, look at that bitch. Yeah. He's scarier in HD.
Yeah, no nose. Yeah, I mean that just looks like Groot.
It does look like Groot. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, Groot's problem though.
That's Groot's a nice guy. Groot wouldn't tie you to a bed and vacuum seal you.
He might.
All right, to make that go away, I'm gonna have nightmares.
You couldn't stop.
No, that's what I'm scared of, because I figure I can handle most of the other things at least
what's
conceivably.
Behind Aliens for you? Like right behind Aliens, what's the next big fear? You said you don't like slashers. But for me, like I'm not scared at all of the demon alien movies. It's more like the Insidious person you wouldn't expect that's doing fucked up shit behind the scenes. That's what's more scary.
Body horror is terrifying.
Like American Horror, or not American Horror Story. I'm sorry, American Psycho. Like that's a spookier story in a way, because it's about a guy who just fucking kills people for fun, and you don't expect it.
You just got. I mean, come on, you'd expect it if you spent 5 minutes with that fucking guy. That guy was weird.
That is so fucking true. That people are like, oh, Patrick Bateman was flying under the radar, and then like he gets interviewed by the cops, and he's like, I dabble in rape, and they're like, all right, on your way then.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is that like I think the interpretation a lot of people have is that he didn't kill anybody in that movie. That he's just
he's just fucking crazy. Yeah,
like none of that happened. A lot of it didn't happen.
I've read that theory. I don't think it makes sense.
Well,
there's at least a couple killings that you know he didn't do, because he like wakes up after something, or like shit wasn't how it was supposed to be. So you know at least a few of them didn't happen. Like I think the homeless guy killing, doesn't he like confront all the cops afterwards, and then after he like wakes up or something? Or
and just so we're clear, like if you consider American Psycho 2 to be canon, then it just outright.
There's an American Psycho 2.
It has Mila Kunis in it. Don't even acknowledge it as a movie.
You guys are scared of all the wrong things. Like Kyle's scared of aliens. Someone else is scared of American Psycho. I'm scared of like the IRS, YouTube's automated strike system, shit like that is what keeps me up at night.
Have you heard that old R.I.P. Norm Macdonald bit where he's like, everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid of terrorists. More likely than that is you're going to be attacked and killed by your own heart. Imagine that. You're afraid of terrorists, and then your own heart kills you. I was just laughing my ass off. Yeah. My girlfriend is afraid of ghosts and demons. And I've told Woody and Kyle this before, but we were watching I love watching horror movies. And so we were watching The Conjuring, I think we were watching The Conjuring, and that's like have you seen that? Arian?
No, I don't watch good horror movie, man.
Okay, it's a horror movie, and it's about like ghosts and demons and stuff. And I don't believe in that stuff, so I'm not really afraid of it. I'm more afraid of like serial killers, or like someone who will kidnap you and torture you, or something
eat
horrible.
My butthole.
Or eat my dirty homeless ass. That kind of thing. We were watching dirty homeless ass. We were watching The Conjuring. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I got to do it. But
gotta do it, man.
We were watching The Conjuring, and she was terrified. Like you could see the bathroom from where we were sitting, and she's like, I gotta go pee. As I'm like, and I paused it. I'm like, all right, go pee. She's like, will you walk me to the bathroom? Like I can see it right there. But I still got up and walked to the bathroom, and she went and came back, and she's like, this is just so scary. Like I'm like, babe, none of this is real. Like demons are make believe. It's fine. She's like, no, they're not. They are real. They're real. And I was like, no, they're not. Watch this. Satan, come into my heart. I am an open vessel. Use me as you will. and said shit like that. And she was like slapping me my shoulder, like, stop it! Stop inviting Satan into your heart. And I'm like, oh, Lord of Darkness, come seize my body, make me your will. And I was doing shit like that. And she was not enthused. It scared the shit out of her.
That's when you needed like half an Alka-Seltzer to pop in your mouth and then just like fucking seize up, hit the floor, go into a seizure and start foaming at the mouth, and then just pop up and just look around like all creepy and walk out of the house.
Ask her what happened.
Or just be like say I was joking and like 5 minutes later, just in the middle of the movie, be like, that kind of shit. Yeah, that made me laugh so fucking hard.
Where's the knife drawer? What?
Do you want to know how Satan got into my heart? I invited him.
You know, I never realized that was the whole premise of Freddy Krueger until I watched the remakes. I didn't realize Freddy Krueger was actually a child molesting man with blades on his hands. That's even worse.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. That does make it worse.
Yeah. The whole background story was that Freddy was like molesting all these kids down in his fucking basement and like playing with his claw hand and scratching the kids and shit. And all the parents got together one night, beat him up, chased him into an abandoned factory, and then burned the place fucking down. That's why he's all scarred.
But when he had superpowers, he didn't really rape the kids anymore.
That's right. You know,
that would have been a worse movie.
Did those teenagers get too old for him? Is that what it was? Like, these kids are like 16 now. Forget it.
Well, I don't know. There was always a lot of sexual innuendo, like when the hand comes out of the bubble bath in the first or second one. I don't remember. They're always pulling people into bed and blood shooting everywhere. There's a lot of innuendo there. He's always talking about raping somebody, but I'd say his dick's burn off. I mean, you see his face.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree on that.
Yeah.
Does he have powers? He can just invade dreams, right? I think I've only watched maybe one and a half in the whole series.
Yeah, he invades your dreams because of your fear for him, and if you go to sleep, then he can kill you. And the only way to kill him is for you to grab him, and then somebody wakes you up at the same time, and you pull him out of the dream into the real world. But then he's still like a super strong burn victim with like a claw hand, so you got to be careful. And, you know, you got to be waiting there. Now, I feel like I'd be good at taking Freddy Krueger out because the person that's there to wake the guy up is never effective at their job. They're always the worst. They're the person who has also been up for 3 days straight. Why don't they come wake somebody up, be like, hey, Bill, have a few cups of coffee, come on over here, bring your 12 gauge. And Bill could just be waiting there for Freddy Krueger to pop out of nowhere, and you could blow him away.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, Kyle, if you had 3 people, this system, you could have a constant shift, and you could solve this problem forever. You can't add the third person, or he's powerless.
That's
just 8-hour shifts of sleeping.
That's why it takes a very special category of scary movie to actually scare me. It has to be something that I can't solve with the application of a 12-gauge shotgun and 2 or 3 more people. Because I have access to all those things. And most scary movies, you can fix with 2 or 3 people and a 12-gauge shotgun.
We've been watching a lot of garbage. We watched a good bit of Troll 2. It's awful.
Wait, is that the one with Jennifer Aniston? No, that's Leprechaun.
That's Leprechaun.
Troll 2 is fucking really bad.
Really bad.
There's no trolls in it for one.
No, and it's literally not even a sequel to Troll 1. Like they made Troll, it did okay, and then they had this movie, and it was like looking terrible, and they were like, let's just call it Troll 2 and release it, and maybe we'll make a little money just because people
capitalize on our small success. Yeah.
The movie's about goblins, not trolls. And so, do you know the "Oh my God" meme? What is it?
Oh my God!
It's just this kid going, they ate him, and now they're gonna eat me. Oh my God! And that's how he delivers the line. Yeah, that's from that movie.
A lot of the lines are delivered just like that. Just like, I don't know why you would think that, Jenny.
Is it meant to be tongue in cheek?
No.
It's like it's not intentional. It's not self-aware at all. It's
and the whole premise, as far as I could tell, was these goblins were trying to trick these people into eating this green goo that turns them into like half plant, half people hybrids because that's their favorite food.
It's a vegetarian knock, basically.
What a horrible food.
Yeah, and the town is called
Nilbog.
Nilbog, which is goblin. It's called Nilbog, and it's goblin backwards.
Okay, I like that. That's
it's
funny.
so fucking shitty. There's
What
a
is
scene.
that? Like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a scene where what is it? There's like corn on the cob.
Oh yeah, between the two like lovers. Yeah, the guy and the girl like making out, and so she takes like a whole ear of corn and puts it between their mouths, and like I guess it's so hot what they're doing, the corn starts popping, and but there's no way to make that a visual effect, so they just throw popcorn at them.
Yeah,
That's
and
hilarious.
they end up in a room full of popcorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they were fucking so hot.
Yeah, and they only had the
it's
one ear of
ridiculous.
corn, so it made no sense.
So, like, I know you're a huge horror movie guy. What are your go-tos? Because I'm always looking for maybe a little more obscure go-tos. Because I'm always looking for campy, bad horror. I love it. It is my favorite genre of movie.
You want campy bad horror?
Campy bad horror.
You need to watch. Everyone needs to watch right now. This is my favorite campy bad horror movie, Sleepaway Camp.
Oh,
Seen it? Yeah,
Seen it. Okay.
Sleepaway Camp is great.
What's another good one here? Off the top of my head, it's been a while since I watched.
We've been watching the Freddy's, and those are super
Freddy's are good.
cheesy.
Yeah. Let's see here. Maniac is good.
I haven't seen Maniac. I'll check.
Watch the old one. The New York Ripper is good.
New York Ripper.
New York Ripper, Maniac. What's another one here? Those are actually pretty good though. I wouldn't call them like bad, but they're
But I'm down for regular good horror too.
Okay,
There's something endearing to me about campy bad horror films that I really enjoy watching.
The 80s has a fucking shit ton. What are some other ones?
Wait, Sleepaway Camp. That's not the one where
that's with the dick, right?
The chick has a dick at the end, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I have a light switch in my room, and it's her with the knife, and the light switch is her penis. So you can you flip it on and off, and yeah,
that was some college student they paid to wear a mask, and he got really, really drunk before he did it. They said,
"Yep."
Why would you get drunk before?
Because he was embarrassed because he was about to be in like
a feature film,
film with his dick out.
Yeah,
he got a mask on.
Yeah, but still,
yeah.
Oh, fair enough. You know, you want to look your best. So you want to get bloated and drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got that.
Yeah. Maniac.
I wouldn't volunteer for that spot. My big fat fucking belly hanging out. That'd be so embarrassing.
I don't know what they pay him.
Probably fucking nothing. It was an 80s horror movie.
Case of beer.
A case of beer.
Give him a case of natty and
a honey bun. Yeah.
And a honey bun.
Not much to it. I can't think of anything else.
Is Maniac from 2012? It's a recent movie.
The 2012 one is the Elijah Wood remake. It's not bad, but watch the old one.
I love Elijah Wood, so I might watch.
I know we've talked about it before, but I would recommend The Void.
The Void's good.
The Void is like this Lovecraftian horror thing with real special, like practical effects instead of CGI for the most part.
The Void's very good. Yeah,
got a little bit of body horror mixed in with the Lovecraftian stuff. It's cool.
House of the Devil is really cool. It's a newer horror movie. It's like 2009, I think it was made, but it was made to be and look like it was made in the 80s. Ty West, I think, made it. That's a good one.
We watched that shit on Netflix. What is it? There's like a 3-part movie series that's horror, where it's like different time periods.
That's that new thing. I know what you're talking about. I watched it too. It was good.
The first episode is like in like 1994 or something. So we watched that one. I haven't followed up, but it was okay. It's very gory.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it was actually a good one. It was almost like Stranger Things. Hack-O-Lantern is one. If you want campy, bad, good 80s horror, Hack-O-Lantern. That is a really fucking good one. I'm gonna watch that one again. Actually, I'll spell it out for you.
Hack-O-Lantern.
Hack-O-Lantern. That one's a fucking great one.
I'll check all these out. This is my favorite genre of movie. Just love it.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I've watched so many that I don't remember the names of most of them. The Beyond is good.
Woody, you don't enjoy the campy bad horror at all.
Right. It's like like, do I like rap music? Kind of. I like the best 5% of the songs and not the others. Do I like horror movies? Same thing. If I throw a dart at a horror movie, I probably don't like it, but I like some.
Okay.
There's a really horrible one called Shrooms.
I've seen that. I watched that shit the first time I got high off of like weed. Bad idea. I was convinced I heard like a car door slam, like I don't know, half a mile away. And I was watching it with my girlfriend at the time and her friend. And I heard that car door slam and I just shut off the fucking TV, shut off the lights. I'm like, it's the fucking cops. Get in the room and shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I just turn off all the lights in the house. I was convinced, 100% convinced.
All because of Shrooms, that horrible movie where they're like in the woods doing drugs and it goes poorly.
It's bad. Yeah. It's not very good. Not very good. Not very good.
What is You on Netflix? Is that horror or something else?
It's a really good show. I'm watching it with my girlfriend right now. Have you seen Dexter?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is like Dexter, but the guy is not really self-aware of what he's doing, and it's more romance-based. Like he's a very dangerous, like stalker simp that sets up these relationships, and there's like death and
okay. So he's like a relatable character.
Yeah, it's
we all know one of him.
Yeah, it's better than Dexter, I think.
That's high praise. Dexter was really good for a while.
Dexter's about to come back for a season.
It is. Yeah.
Dexter in the last seasons was absolute dog shit. It didn't make any sense.
I just wish he'd gotten it over and fucked Deb before she died.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, if he killed that annoying face sister, that would have been great.
God, that last season of Dexter was rough. Yeah, it was. It wasn't the ending so much as the last season specifically was fucking bad. It was like
it had been getting bad. Like I don't know. Every year he found a new fucking sidekick to be weird with.
I guess is cannibal like he could find a dead guy and eat him. It doesn't mean he killed someone, right?
Well, that's a good point.
You just eat.
Yeah, but nobody wants like human roadkill.
I mean, if we don't know the mind of this maniac.
I like to imagine my father's not a maniac. He's one of those like thoughtful cannibals, right?
He's a gourmet cannibal.
Yeah. Like he's just like
a Hannibal Lecter.
Well, sure, okay.
But without the murder. And no, Hannibal Lecter is about who he. Yeah. What if you're like a really health conscious cannibal?
I only eat healthy people.
Yeah, you only hang out outside CrossFit meets.
That's the Netflix thing. The Santa Clarita Diet, I think.
Yeah.
I've scrolled past that. I've never watched it though.
I've seen it.
I think it's something like that.
Is it
Health Conscious Cannibals?
Is it good? Or no, not really.
I haven't watched it. Oh, I can recommend a movie if you want a movie.
Yeah,
it's not about being health conscious.
Is it spooky?
It's about a killer pair of jeans.
Okay. What is it called?
It's on Shudder. It's called Slacks. It's literally about a killer pair of jeans. And I thought it was amazing because it was mostly just about, it just made me feel dirty as a person because it was all about like how stuff is manufactured overseas to no standards. And there's like dead people that get smushed into the cotton and then woven into the fibers. And they like take a giant shit on retail and corporate culture. It's like watching a giant RoboCop commercial, like with all those old Paul Verhoeven ads.
This is the exact kind of stupid horror that I like. And I still have Shudder. Like I should have like stopped paying for Shudder November of last year because they don't put anything out, or if they do, it's just like rehosted nonsense that's already available everywhere else. But this is probably the only time of year it's good.
Oh wait, you've got drugs, right? So do that and watch Blood Machines. Also very fun.
Blood Machines. I'll do drugs and watch Blood Machines if it looks good. Let's see. Oh, there's a lady's. What is it? Her tits are out.
It's like a spacey sort of satanic music video that goes on for about an hour. Lots of naked women, people dying, stuff like that.
Okay. Oh, so it's not like a movie, like a big...
No, it's like an hour-long music video, but it's fantastic when you're high. You'll just lay there and be like, "I'm in space."
I'll give that a go. So, like, the most recent one like that I can think of is Mandy was trippy. Stone.
Mandy's great. We watched Mandy in Colorado last week.
It's a good movie.
Really good.
Nicolas Cage, there's something about that guy, like the way he doesn't care that he's not doing a good job. Yeah, it endears me to him. But he has done a good job before. Leaving Las Vegas, he played that tremendously. He did a great job. I think
he often does his version of a good job. Like I think he's trying. It's that what he's trying to do is very different than what you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's just being weird. I think he's like got a goal, like a point to like his acting. I think there's a method to the madness, and it just comes off as really weird because it is, because he's really weird.
There was this
I liked Mandy a lot, and like I'm not exactly sure the name. It's either Willy's Wonderland or Wally's Wonderland.
Willy's. Yeah,
I liked that. I think it got really bad ratings, and to be fair, it's a really bad movie. I hated the teenagers. Like all those characters were terrible actors. Nicolas Cage never says a word the entire movie. He grunts a little occasionally, but I don't know, for like a little 90-minute silly movie, it was good. I enjoyed it. He fights animatronics with his bare hands.
Taylor, do you think Nicolas Cage did good in Mandy, or did he phone it in Mandy?
I mean, I think he did a good job. Maybe it's me enjoying the movie bleeding over into thinking he did a better job, but no, watching him do Mandy, I never jumped out. That's the one where he's like in the bathroom, like chugging vodka, screaming. Like, I thought he did a pretty good job in that movie.
Yeah.
Did you not like him in that?
No, I thought he did great. That was the only movie where it looked like the camera operator got nervous. Like you can see them like panning in, and Nicholas starts wilding out, and you can see them kind of like shake and like maybe move it back a little bit to be safe from him. And that
I don't know what he's going to do.
Well,
yeah. I've heard this spoken about before. They weren't afraid of him because he's Nicolas Cage. That's pretty scary, but for different reasons. But they didn't know what he was going to do, so they didn't know how to frame the shot. And he's being really dynamic. Like he's moving around and he's standing up and sitting down and he's being crazy with that bottle and screaming and shit. So like they literally don't know how to frame the shot because it's not like storyboarded. There was someone just wrote on a piece of paper, Nicholas has a bad time in the bathroom.
And he just
goes in there and has a bad time in the bathroom. No, I dig that movie a lot. It's better with drugs for sure. Dark room, lots of drugs, and it's a really good fucking movie.
I don't like the first half. That part's really kind of hard to swallow. The trippy stuff at the end is way more fun, in my opinion.
I like the full trip. I like the stuff at the beginning. I feel like it's really soothing.
The very beginning.
The whole thing, man. When they're flying over those trees at the very beginning with the helicopter shots.
Yeah. I'm talking about the horrible Manson family.
When Manny's walking down that foggy like path. When she's talking about we were talking about their favorite planets and they're like getting these psychedelic sort of visuals. All that shit's cool.
I'm in total agreement. If you like that, I know films from the same director that does similar things. So,
oh yeah, I think I was looking into like what else he had done, and it was.
What are some good ones you'd recommend from that guy?
Beyond the Black Rainbow. It is way more artsy than Mandy, with way less spoken words. It's going to feel a little bit more like a college art film, but it's probably a much better movie. And he also did some consulting on a movie called The Void, which is
I love The Void.
I've seen The Void. I like that.
Yeah. The first 45 minutes is not so hot, but man, that end goes so far off the fucking rails. It redeems all the rest of it.
Yeah, I love anything that's what's the fucking writer? The Cthulhu guy.
Lovecraft.
I love anything with like any Lovecraftian elements. So I really like The Void. That's fucking cool.
I wish they would make. I mean, I guess they've already made multiple, but like, was it Sinister or Insidious, the one where they're watching those tapes of people die? Whichever one of those two it was.
I get them mixed up as well.
They made like 3 of them.
But I think you're talking about the one with the Bagul.
I think so. The one where like he watches the beginning of the movie is like all the people strung up, like hanged, and then like the guy cuts off the limb on the tree and it like counterweights it, and then they all go up like kicking and like dying in slow motion. And they see lots of horrific videos. That really spooked me. I liked that movie a lot. So I hope they make. I could see it's like a rinse and repeat kind of thing with that formula. They could make another one.
I like they did. They made several of them.
I mean, on top of that, yeah.
I haven't seen a good horror movie in a while. We watched a bunch of old shit when we were in Colorado. Like a lot of old shit. I watched a bunch of
old stuff.
Like Friday the 13th and Halloween's and a couple of Nightmare on Elm Street that I had never seen before. Like a bunch of that old stuff. And
Candyman, Hellraiser.
Oh, and I watched Samurai Cop for the first time ever.
Oh God,
fucking great.
You recommended that? Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Big time. Don't do it sober. Don't do it sober.
Not an issue.
But watch Samurai Cop if you're out there listening to this. I think I actually watched it for free with ads. This is a movie like I didn't mind ads because like in the like 45-second ad break, we like look at each other like, what are we watching? Like, what the fuck is this?
It's cool. Yeah. That's purportedly, I haven't seen it, but I'll watch it.
It's really bad. But
this is the time of year every year that I rewatch The Thing for like the millionth time. That's got to be like one of my top 3 favorite movies of any genre. The Thing. It's just so good.
It's really high up there for me too. You know, it's a formula that's been copied a bunch of times over. They even made an X-Files episode that was like a copy of, you know, the paranoia of being stuck up there and not knowing friend from foe after a certain point. And the group keeps getting smaller and smaller. And the whole paranoia thing is really interesting. That, you know, they're worried about the monster that's outside, but maybe the monster within, right? It's kind of like those old Twilight Zone episodes to some extent. But it's really good. It's John Carpenter's best movie, I think, because I hate
better than Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that's a movie he made. It's I like it. I don't love it. It would be in my top 5 from John Carpenter, but I like Escape from New York. I hate Escape from LA. I'm not going to rank all the movies. Red Letter Media just did a thing where they ranked.
I literally just watched all of that.
Really but good.
Now, The Thing is probably the most universally recognized as his best work. It's very, as the Red Letter Media guys say, it's a perfectly constructed film.
Yeah, I like it. Kurt Russell makes the movie, though. He's my favorite part of it. It's fucking great. It would make a good video game, I think. Did they ever make a Thing video game?
They did. It was not very good. It came out like very early into PlayStation 2 when they hadn't figured out like how first-person controls should work. So navigating your character was kind of like an N64 nightmare on a PlayStation controller. And it had this thing where you could test people to see if they were the Thing, except it didn't actually work because whoever the Thing was part of the story. So that part stunk. There's a prequel, it's all right, but the if you're into The Thing, there's a short story. I think it's like a fan fiction, but it's written from the point of view of the Thing. Super fun to read.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it is like is Skinwalker, is that the right thing? Or Wendigo, like some like spirit that takes over and like looks like people.
It's like an alien that like if you get like just a little bit of it on you or in you, it'll start multiplying. It'll copy your DNA and take all of you over, but it retains all of its old information and knowledge. So you're dead. It's replaced you. And it can instantly split and morph into any of tens of thousands of other aliens that it's eaten over the centuries or aeons or whatever.
You didn't see the part at the beginning where like the alien spaceship crashes into Antarctica?
No, yes. I wasn't talking about The Thing specifically. I was meaning like how those movies like if you read like paranormal forums and stuff, they're always talking like skinwalkers, like creatures that become people and then they infiltrate groups. And so it's like I wouldn't call it a trope, but it's like
I can't remember who it is, but there's a famous musician who believes in skinwalkers. And he was telling a story on Howard Stern. I wish I could remember who it was because it's like a notable musician who you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy. But he said that he watched one like mid-transformation, changing from
into
like
what?
I can't remember exactly what it was, but like it was something absurd, of course, you know, like from a man into like a wolf or something.
So a werewolf, maybe.
or you know, into an ostrich, whatever the fuck he saw. I can't recall exactly what it was, but like
I feel like that would drive me fucking crazy. I'd lose my mind if I saw something like that. Drive faster.
I don't know if this is just
you've seen some stuff that I would already think I'd lost my mind. Like you're seeing dark people and shadow realms and demons, and
I've never seen The Realm, just the people.
No, I found a new TV show. It's on Prime, like the first season is. And it's basically Lost. It's like Lost, but better if you ask me. So here's the premise, okay? And it's got the black guy from Lost. I don't know that actor's name. This is all I've ever seen him in, but it's the black guy from Lost. That dude, if you've seen Lost.
Michael?
Sure, if you say so. That basically, these people are in a town that you can't leave. If you try to drive out of town, the road just kind of makes a loop and brings you back. Everybody got there because they were driving along. There was a tree in the road. They turned around, headed back the other way, and now they're kind of in like a pocket universe or something. They're in this Twilight Zone sort of episode that is this town, and they can't get out of it no matter what they do. And at night, monsters come and eat people.
Okay.
Do new people get added to the cast, or
constantly?
Is it very... Okay.
Yeah.
This is Damon Lindelof.
I don't know what.
What's the name of the show?
From FROM.
Oh no, he is the other Lost creator guy has another show, I guess. Okay, continue. This is
Where is it streamed?
So you can watch the first season on Prime. That's the place to do it. Amazon Prime's stream. The second season, because it's produced by them, is on MGM Plus. Yeah, I'd never heard of it either, but I'll tell you what, I'm a new subscriber over there because I had to see season 2, and there's 3 episodes of season 2 out right now, and I had to keep it rolling. I powered through this whole goddamn show last night, all through the fucking night. I liked it so much.
How long are the episodes? Like hour?
They're like 50 minutes each.
But what are you watching on MGM Plus now? Now they're like, you want to watch Wizard of Oz again?
Yeah, I haven't even, dude. I when I bought it was like, all right, buy now, episode 1 go, because the end of season 1. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but the end of season 1 is a cliffhanger, and it's like, oh shit, I got to find out what happened, because a lot of shit goes down at the end of season 1. So basically, you got these monsters that come at night, and there's townsfolk at this point who've accumulated over the years, and it's this real mixed bag. And there's 2 groups. One group is kind of a hippie group that lives up on the hill in an old like mansion house, like a farmhouse, really, lots of rooms, and they're in there smoking weed and drinking and fucking. And then there's the townsfolk, and that's the more like the couples and the families, and they're in more of there's a diner. And there were a few things that bothered me about the show at first. I needed some answers, but there's so many questions at first they can't get to them quickly enough. I'm like, all right, where's the food coming from? They explain that. They explain where the food comes from. And then I was like, all right, well, where's the fucking electricity coming from? They not only explain it, they make it a whole centerpiece of the show about why the electricity here is weird. And then I was like, well, all right, the road is some weird magical loop. What happens if we start walking into the woods? And then they answer that. They're like, all right, well, let's go into the woods and find out. The only thing that's a little hokey, and they eventually explain it, a child gets injured in the first episode severely. And I'm thinking, damn, that kid's probably not going to make it. And at the end of the episode, he's on some crutches. And I was like, but then later on, they kind of explain that away enough that I'm digging the show. And it reminds me of Lost a lot, more low budget Lost. And it reminds me a lot of the Twilight Zone, like a good Twilight Zone episode.
Love that.
I powered through that first season really quick, and I'm digging the second season.
I'll look that up after the
3
show.
episodes.
Yeah, I like the way that sounds too, and I really loved Lost, and I even liked the way Lost ended. I was content with the whole experience.
Here's the thing that fucking hooked me in the first episode. No, it's too much of a spoiler. I'll say this: they show a dead body, and it's so gory and shocking that I was like, oh. You don't usually see that on TV. They show a thing that you don't usually see on TV.
You're like, as a felon, I am intrigued.
Oh, they wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't. They in prison,
like those cartel photos.
Yeah, it's like a cartel photo. Like, but it happens in a room. You see it, and women and children aren't safe. Nobody's safe. If you're outside at night, they get you and they skin you alive while your friends listen to you scream and like eat you and like tear you apart, really eviscerate you in like an animalistic
going outside after night or after dark.
Yeah, and the only hokey thing is they've got like some magical talismans that you have to put on the inside of your door to keep the bad guys out.
That's not hokey in the context of a like
Judaism,
like ridiculous world.
There you go. I'll call it a mezuzah. Yeah.
A mezuzah.
So they've all got mezuzahs.
Hey, don't laugh at our words.
So really,
I'm excited to watch that show from.
I really do.
I really want something interesting.
I need
how
to get
Lost
season
would
2
have...
on Plex. Just dropping hints.
Oh god, I gotta send that guy my fucking email sometime.
Oh, dude, it kills me because Kyle will talk about like 5 cool movies from 1997, and then I look at like what's been added, and it's all 5, like in order that we talked about them on the show. He's on everything. I'm sure From will show.
Yeah, well, I do recommend this show. I like it a bunch. I don't think it's like a fucking AAA title or anything, but it's better than just a background noise show because they've paid a lot of attention to detail. I'm nitpicky. I'll believe in wizards and aliens and ghouls and shit as long as you establish some rules and you stick to them, and as long as you don't leave glaring plot holes. Like I said, there was a part where a child gets hurt and he heals too quickly, and nothing is said of it for a while, and I was like. The fuck, dude, that was a serious injury that kid took. And then somebody's like, man, you're healing kind of fast, huh, buddy? And he's like, I think people heal different here. And then it's like, all right, that's all I fucking needed. That's all I needed. Tell me people heal differently here, and I can buy that his leg's cool now and that he didn't die just now. Holy shit. Because he should have.
If there's an aspect of magic, it's easy to,
Well, see, part of the fun of the show, and I still don't know, so there's nothing for me to spoil, but it's like, man, are they dead? Is this like a sci-fi type thing? Is this another universe that they fell into? Is this a religious type thing? Are those demons after them? Is God on their side? Is there an overseer like watching through a glass like hologram? Like you don't know like what the fucking deal is.
How many episodes are in the first season?
Like 10 episodes, like 45, 50 minutes each.
You tore through 9 hours of this show yesterday?
I started watching yesterday at like, I don't know, 8 p.m. or something. And I stayed up like all night watching the show. And then I got up today and polished off another 4 or 5 episodes or something.
Wow.
All right. Well, if it was that engaging, I'm so tired of only finding stuff that like I watch for 20 minutes and I'm like, oh yeah, this should be squarely in background noise. Like this isn't even worth paying attention.
They haven't annoyed me yet. They haven't annoyed me. And it's easy to annoy me and lose my business as a viewer for whatever value that has.
I'm on season 2 of From now. So I'm almost caught up on that. I think I'm maybe 2 episodes in. There's maybe 4 out so far. So I'm just two down. I'm enjoying it. I am a little frustrated by the speed at which it's going and how that can sometimes play out in incompetently slow-witted and slow-moving characters. It's absolutely driving me nuts. There's a scene where they set up like a piece of electronics outdoors and the rain starts to come. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They have like 18 people on the case of moving it in and they can't get it accomplished in time.
Dude.
Is this huge issue for them?
Let me quickly tell them like what we're talking about and Finn too. So From is this show. The first season of it is on Amazon Prime. The second season, in North America this shit is anyway. I've been watching on MGM Plus, but I'm sure you could find a different way. Basically it's Lost, but instead of an island, these people got there because their cars, they were driving along on a road, could have been in Georgia, could have been in California, but they saw a tree in the middle of the road and they're like, got to turn back the other way. And the other way turned out to be just now this loop of a road in kind of a pocket universe with a little abandoned town in it. And the town's got people who this also happened to in it. They're all just stuck there with whatever supplies they came with in their cars. And at night monsters come and they eat you if you don't, and you have to stay inside. And it's just like Lost. Every episode you're like, oh my God, not only are there monsters, there's demons now. And what? There's the ground is hollow. Like every episode, it's a new crazy mystery that you're finding out. And I've been enjoying it. It's got the black guy from Lost, which I want them at the end to tie this back into Lost, like with him somehow. Like go ahead and do that.
God damn it! How is From Hurley's dream?
I just wanted to make a little reference to Lost, right? I love it when they do that. Like when who played Barney in How I Met Your Mother? He's Neil Patrick Harris,
and he's gay.
Yeah. If Neil Patrick Harris just makes a little, reference to how he's, what did he used to say? He was awesome, but he sang it out.
I haven't seen that show really.
Shucks. Anyway, if he would just like make a reference to his catchphrase in the old show, I love it when they do that. This guy should be like, "Oh, I'm afraid the others are out there," or just whatever.
Walking Dead did that a lot.
It'd be fun.
They would have. I know they had Negan's bat in an episode of Supernatural, and then Negan had the gun from Escape from New York. He had Snake Plissken's gun in an episode, which is an awful gun. It's like a suppressed Mac with like a rifle scope on it. So the eye relief doesn't make sense. You hold it at arm length and now the scope doesn't work, but you can't hold a Mac.
The actor who played Glenn, and maybe there's more crossover, was in a cartoon called Invincible. And in Walking Dead, there's a handful of like Invincible like action figures and stuff in it. Little action.
Oh. I didn't want to completely get away from though. I do want people to watch it because I think it's a fun show. It's not some AAA title. It's not fucking Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, but it's a real fun show to watch. And I watch it as soon as it comes out because I want to know. I'm gonna be so mad if they're fucking us over and they have no idea what all the answers to all the goofy ass questions they're asking. I need to know: is it God? Is it demons? Is it magic? Is it warlocks and wizards? Is it
They made
black
it pretty
magic?
clear they're not dead. I feel like they've told us 3 times that they're not dead.
Yeah.
They asked the question. This is not a spoiler, but there's one group in the show that writes their stuff on the wall in an effort to figure out the overarching mystery. And they asked, "Are we dead?" And then they explain it. They keep assuring us it's not purgatory, it's not death. So that I think we're supposed to know.
Here's the thing that bugs me.
Is
no Bibles. Yeah, please go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, interesting about the Bibles. I got knocked off my train of thought. It's better as a binge watch, I think, because I think sometimes these episodes can move a little slow. They have this overarching mystery that they're gonna I'm 14 hours into it now, and I've only learned a bit. It is better if you can just watch them back to back. If I watched, if one of these episodes came out and that was all I had for the whole week, and there was 90 seconds worth of forward motion, it would frustrate me.
Yeah. There's multiple plot lines. One of the interesting things, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but the season finale of season 1 had 3 different cliffhangers. It's like 3 different crazy. There was the crazy thing happening at the diner.
Oh my God.
There was a crazy thing happening in the basement of a house. There was crazy shit happening off in the woods. And there may have been more.
I don't remember the diner thing.
Can you drop someone showed up at the end of season 1. Someone showed up.
Was that
it was unusual? Yeah, an unusual thing happened there. So then it ends, and I can't imagine having to wait a year. Like I'd have completely forgot, but it made me instantly buy that stupid fucking MGM Plus app that has nothing else on it. The show, we're all hate watching at this point. I think we kind of turned the corner. I'm not done yet. I'm coming back for more. But I am starting to get the sense, and I realize it happened quickly, but I guess I was counting on last episode to finally answer something, and they're spending so much time in rooms talking about nonsense or asking new questions that it feels like they have no interest in spending time on the old questions like the bottles or the lighthouse or anything. So yeah, I'm turning against.
I'm frustrated by the absolute incompetence of all of the characters. Everyone just. Ill-timed panic attacks are the name of the game in this show. These are monsters that can only walk. I am telling you guys, I'm not fast, but if a monster can only walk, I'm a video game fucking hero. I could defeat them with a baseball bat, maybe, or at the very least avoid injury and go from house to house.
I can defeat anyone in a fight if they can't catch me.
I'll just switch sidewalks to the other side of the street. They're baffled by this move.
Yeah,
Taylor nailed it. Like the 3 of us could solve this fucking show. That's how I rank my shows. I need a show where you give me answers, but I couldn't fix this if I were there. We could fix this because first of all, I know where the monsters live. Second of all, I know they don't like the sunlight. And third of all, I've got magic that works against them. Jesus Christ, we're gonna go drag them out, and we're going down there. Here's what we do. Go down there with a rope. We tie it around the motherfucker's leg. Zoop! We got a monster. Everybody starts pulling now at the end of the rope. Drag this cocksucker upstairs, and we put him in a circle of talismans doors, like lock him into a cube of talisman doors, and we interrogate him, and we burn him as we interrogate him with either the sunlight or fire. I don't care until there's nothing left. Burn him until he's gone. Like you tell me bullets don't hurt him? Okay. Put him on the pyre and burn him like a witch of olden times.
We haven't seen a headshot yet.
We haven't even seen a headshot yet. We would repeat the process of dragging them out. We'd start when the sun came up, while they're all tuckered out. We've only seen like 15, 20 of those things tops. We drag every fucking one of them out and kill them. Like now there's no monsters.
They're pretty dangerous. I'm a little worried about your plan because like when the priest died, it was just one slash. Someone was like, hey, I need help.
They're all tuckered out.
Okay.
So I'm all sleepy under there.
Yeah, but it depends if they wake up when you walk in or if they're like, they stay asleep.
No, they
like
didn't.
Vampires.
They were like walking around them and they were ridiculously sleepy.
I would try the headshot first.
Oh, yeah. I mean, cut the head off. What happens then? See, this is the problem. You've got to answer these stupid fucking questions or I can't watch your goddamn show. If you don't cut one's head off and then he grows a new head, you show me that and I'll buy in.
Can you just rig up a bunch? You could just rig up a bunch of pipes that has nothing in it and just believe that it has gas and like
the characters don't communicate with each other, and that is just unforgivable. Is what that is. They need to communicate with each other. They're all there, stuck in the same sinking boat, and they're not even working together to solve these problems. Like husband and wives are barely talking to each other, not talking to each other. How can this communication be such a breakdown? They all have poorly timed panic attacks. Every time they get into trouble, they like sit down and get frightened. Oh my gosh, these monsters only walk. If you see a monster, just like skip the other way or something, and you'll be
There's no stick-to-itiveness in that group. That big fat bitch is the worst. She'll be like, I'm in charge and I'm gonna panic, and it's like you're just upsetting people. You're upsetting.
The onboarding process is unbelievably horrible. Like, oh, new people came in. Let's like point guns at them and hold them on lockdown all night, designed to create the most amount of panic and the least amount of trust.
Yeah.
It
freeze if you want to live.
Like that kind of right. Like, you have to come inside with me. We only have 40 minutes to explain this a 2-sentence thing here. Like, so I'm gonna strong arm you into the cafe instead.
Every now and then there's a moment where someone actually says it, speaks like a person, and they're like, no, you understand. Dave and Mike were down by the river and they fell and got hurt. We've got to head there right now with Becky because she's got the medical kit. Do you have a knife, flashlight, and gun? All right, quick, let's go. Lock up before we do. No one ever does that, right?
No.
Because that's what you'd actually do.
Yeah.
You'd like solve 3 problems, make sure they had no retort other than yes, sir, and you get the door locked behind you. Like there's no need for a conversation here.
Yeah. The amount of pushback on good ideas where it'll be like, we need to do this, we need to gather this, bring it here and set this up. And that fat bitch will be like, you don't know where you are, do you? And it's like, you're talking to someone who's been here for days.
If you have a talisman.
I love dope, but the fact that they're always stoned is annoying the fuck out of me. I'm gonna sober up for this shit, boys. Like, come on.
If you have a talisman and you're inside, then you're safe. Now, it's been proven talismans work on structures as weak as tents. Tents. A tent weighs 2 pounds. I could walk with the fully assembled tent through the night, and if things get rough, put the door on me.
Fred Flintstone it.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
You know those like poor people outfits from like the 19-teens movies where they have suspenders and just a big barrel.
Yeah,
you just have a barrel with a lid over the side. Everyone walks around in barrels all day.
Oh my God,
you just get down, and then it's like nighttime. Everybody goes, they close up, and they've all got a little talisman, and immediately the show's over, and it's a terrible show. no one likes it. Yeah, it was exciting until they did that fucking stupid barrel shit, and now it seems like they really solved it. I don't see how they're gonna get around this barrel. Exactly, that's what you need. You need
in Rust on some servers. There are these blue barrels that you can wear. You drag it on your character as their clothing item, and when you crouch, you now look like a barrel. And there's a barrel just like that exists as a static item in the game. So people will do all kinds of silly shit with those. They'll crouch down and wear their barrel costume. You can do that in Sea of Thieves as well. Like you can hide as a barrel. It's fun. You can set all sorts of ambushes. You can like barrel up next to the recycling machine, and people will be right next to you and you're like watching them.
I don't know what the game mode is called, but it was a couple Call of Duties ago. Prop hunt. That was the only fun thing I enjoyed doing on that Call of Duty. And basically, like, one team is a bunch of guys with guns, and the other team is like you are randomly assigned a static piece of decoration or furniture. It could be a cone, it could be a tire, it could be an ammo box, it could be a chair, a couch, anything, an electrical box. And you get 3 switches throughout the game. And so, like, if you're the electrical box and you are running away from a guy, and you take a corner, you can switch to something random, and maybe you turn into a lamppost, which is going to make it way harder. Or maybe you turn into a little ammo box, and you just sneak up against the wall, and he runs around and misses you.
Yeah,
that was so much fun. Like just being a tire and like trying to like angle yourself around things as they would sneak up on you. I want to play that again. Was Prop Hunt like a really popular game mode in some?
I bet there's a standalone game if you want to do that. Like we could probably find a game that just does that.
I would do Minecraft.
Quick topic shift, Taylor. I've been looking for movies for you. I like doing this. I can't find
appreciate it. I trust your judgment.
I can't find anything for me to watch, so I can at least take pleasure in like finding things for you to watch because I've watched too much shit and I'm out. There's nothing left, and I don't want any recommendations anymore because
Dude, there are huge gaps in my movie viewing. Like there are times you'll list like 6 movies and I'm like, haven't seen it.
Penny Dreadful is all I have left, and I'm just I don't know what I look at it and I'm like, someday I'll watch when you're all done. But there's nothing left for me to watch. I have nothing. But I saw this movie advertised because I know you like shitty horror movies and you like retards. I found a shitty horror movie about a retarded kid who looks in a mirror and sees a demon, and I mean full blown retarded. The actor is playing it up, and he's just like, "Oh no, they're the demon," and it's just they're like, and the demon's like, "I'm gonna take you over," and he's like, "No," and the demon like holds him down, like crawls into his skin, and now it's like in him.
Did they hire a non-retarded actor for this role?
If they did, he deserves a fucking Oscar because I believed every minute of this guy being a card.
Never go full.
Did they discover he was Kyle? Did they discover he was possessed because they went to like a restaurant and he ordered off the menu and you're like, Scott, you can't read. But the demon.
They're just like, there's something wrong with Scott. The car honked outside and he didn't lose his fucking mind and start punching a hole in the wall. Okay, we just like,
so the
we're
movie
worried
is
about
called,
Scott.
Evil Within, and I'm looking. I'm trying to get Zach. If you search the Evil Within, like maybe if you do an image search, you could find a picture of the kid, because like, goodness, he looks retarded. But it literally is a movie about a retarded guy who like starts talking to a demon in the mirror and it possesses him. And I'm saving that one for one night when like, I don't know, I have some friends over and like we want to see something awful because it looks it.
Well, it's a video.
Wait, hold on. This says it's a 2017 horror film written and directed by blah blah blah. It was originally titled The Storyteller. The film's conception and development was a personal project of Getty's, who largely self-financed it from $4 to $6 million. Production took 15 years to complete. How?
What?
What the
15 years?
What do they like, build a set?
No, this was the guy died in 2015. Andrew Getty, the director, died in 2015. Editing for the film was completed by producer Michael Luceri. So what the fuck? 15 years in development? How is that possible?
Well, it took 15 years to get here, but finally,
it better be tremendous.
A tremendous.
The actor I've seen that himself as a child and an adult.
Now I've seen this actor before, Kyle. This guy's not retarded. He's a good actor though.
See, this is bullshit. Like non-retarded people are stealing jobs from retarded people.
Can I add one onto that?
I
don't think that living people should be able to play dead people anymore.
This makes sense.
Yes. I want only. They're taking good jobs away from hardworking corpses.
I would love it if corpses were generally played by corpses in films.
Can you imagine actors up in arms about that? They'd be crying about it.
I've been playing a corpse since '72. All right, that's me and Saving Private Ryan. There I am. Right there. Here I am with Tom Hanks.
What is it? SAG starts unionizing.
Like every
no automated corpses.
Every great movie for the last 50 years, he just zooms in the background. That's me, dead on the floor. Yep. No,
dude, this guy that you thought was retarded, Kyle. Look at him again. Look at his face. His name is Frederick Kohler, and he's 46 now. But look at his face again. He was J.K. Simmons' Nazi son in Oz.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. You talk that so they filmed this 15 years ago. See, when you said in production, I assumed that like they built the sets and like 10 years went past, and then they started acting, and then like this got made 3 years ago or something. You're telling me they filmed this shit 15 years ago, and it's just now?
Yeah,
out?
This was done. This was like finished and ready to go, but not edited as of like 14 and a half years or before it was released.
Well, that's what you're seeing there is the demon like crawling inside of the retarded boy, like forcibly.
That's a lot to crawl in.
Yeah, he's gonna fit though.
I'll watch this. I really like how you can see the strings holding the demon up. Can you bring that back? Do you guys notice that? Do you see the strings holding the demon arms up? No wonder production, took so long.
I don't think I saw any. Well,
look at the strings.
Fuck, I can see him tied in a little knot there at the joint.
Yeah, see, that's terrible.
It's not even like
great.
They're trying to fucking like lazy Susan knot or some shit right there.
I tie up like part of it.
You tie up a steak better than that.
Puppet or something. It's like it's deal.
Why?
I'm gonna watch this. I love campy, shitty horror. The Evil Within. I'm writing that down.
Well, enjoy. I saw a movie that combined two of your favorite things, and I just knew I had to get it to you. I got a little notebook I've been writing ideas down in, but I lost my pen, so
Yeah. You played Andrew Schillinger. I mean,
Yeah.
Which is the one that whatever they touch in the basement is like indicative of what ends up getting them?
Huh. Oh, that is Cabin in the Woods, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's a new movie, which is really good. And I try to get people to watch Cabin in the Woods, and they think it's a standard horror movie, and so they won't watch it. What it is a very well done parody.
Does that have the guy from West Wing in it?
Yes, it does. Good call.
Okay, I know this one.
Oh wait, the old bald guy, right?
No, he's like a red-haired ginger kind of guy, and he worked for the old bald guy. Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, it's in the West Wing he was not Toby Ziegler. It's what's his fucking name? I gotta find it.
There's Chris Hemsworth, Kristen Connolly, Anna Hutchinson, Jesse Williams, Fran Kranz, Bradley Whitford, Richard Jenkins.
His name's Bradley
Whitford.
He played Josh Lyman. Lyman. Yeah. So yeah, he's in it as well. And basically what's going on in that movie. It's a fun movie, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's worth watching. It's a parody of all of the horror movie tropes. It's a little funny, but not to the point of just like throwing away any semblance of being a little scary. It's a little scary, but it's a really interesting take on like every horror movie you've ever seen.
There's a meta plot, and it's fun to see it evolve. Evolve.
Yeah. I like that movie a lot. It's hard to get people to watch it though because they think it's just like another like goofy horror movie in the woods.
No, it's not that.
You guys watched any good horror movies recently? Like not the silly kind, the good kind.
Have you seen The Conjuring?
I watched that 2 nights ago.
There you go.
Really? 2 or 3 nights ago.
What'd you think?
It was pretty good.
That's the best horror movie. It's top 5 ever. It's one of the best horror movies ever made. It's legitimately scary. Very good acting. Very good casting. Interesting story. The third act is probably the weakest for sure. Like
slow.
It got a little slow, and but
I like the main actor in that.
Yeah, the guy from Chiz knows his name, but he's the guy from Band of Brothers.
He's the Lieutenant Winters.
Ron Livingston. Yeah, thanks, Chiz.
Yeah, I like
Chiz
him.
always knows that one.
Are you more afraid of, or I guess what spooks you more, the supernatural kind of horror movie where it's like demons, goblins, ghouls, or whatever, or the kind where it's like serial killer or some deranged, torturing guy who's unsuspecting on the outside? Like what kind of gets your goat more?
So the Rob Zombie movies make me very uncomfortable, and I don't find them enjoyable at all. I kind of like, because it's like real, like and horrific things happen to like normal people that don't deserve it at all. Just like, and the bad guys are often like rapey and disgusting and hard to look at. He cast a lot of those like freaky looking actors that like have no other use other than to be like scary guy number 1 and scary guy number 2. The Devil's Rejects is a good example. Like there's a part where like he takes the lady's husband outside and kills him, and then when he comes back, and then the husband comes back in the room, but he's bleeding, and the lady's like, "What happened, Dave? What happened?" And Dave doesn't say anything, and then she realizes that like he's killed her husband, and he's wearing his face. He's peeled the guy's face off, and he's fucking wearing it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, that's too much. I don't need that. Or like I don't even remember which one. It might be the first Devil's Reject, or it might be like one of the something House. But like they're all wearing bunny costumes. And they're burying them alive and stuff. I don't need that.
What is that? Wait, you mean you don't need that? Like that's what scares you more, or you don't need it? Like, I don't even want to watch that. I'd rather watch the ghost stuff.
Yeah, the Ring was a little scary. The Grudge, when I first watched it, maybe if I watched it now, it wouldn't frighten me. But The Grudge, when I watched it at the time, was the scariest movie I'd ever seen. I watched it right when it came out on like DVD. I find The Descent, when I watched that in theaters, that was terrifying. And The Ring's a little scary. It's not super scary.
The Ring isn't that bad. The Descent I watched recently as well, and for me the thing that was scary and unnerving in that movie wasn't the the pale cave dwelling ghouls or whatever they are. It was all the times they were like tight in there, like trying to get through, and they were trapped.
Yeah.
That's what really freaks me out, because it's like the supernatural stuff doesn't get me as much, because it's like I don't believe in any of this stuff. Like as soon as the movie's over, you stop suspending your disbelief.
This is The Descent,
and you go, yeah, and you're like, all right, well that's not actually scary, but like the thought of like your chest being compressed by some rock that's falling on it, and that's going to be the last second of your life, or you're not going to be the last second of your life. You're going to stay there and starve to death, while your friends try and aimlessly escape. That kind of stuff. It's creepy.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I watched The Descent. I've said it before. The whole time thinking there would be some wet t-shirts and boobs involved, right? It's a movie about a bunch of women underground with lots of water moving around. It's a horror movie. All horror movies have some skin, right? Like that. It's part of the agreement we go into.
The bad exploitative ones do, but this one was. I love this. I generally speaking.
Quick, girls! They can smell your bras.
I hate the
I want to see Taylor's movies.
I hate when they just recast, like Ghostbusters or something, when they just recast a movie with a bunch of ladies. The Descent's a perfect example of writing an original story with an all-female cast and it making sense.
I remember there being a guy in it and they just killed him off right away.
He dies.
Like he'd be the first one to go.
Yeah. Well, he dies in a completely separate event. He is the sort of the reason for their trip. It's one of the ladies' husbands, and then you find out that the Asian chick was banging him behind her back, and then that puts them against one another. I love that. That was great. I love The Descent.
I forgot all those details.
Is the second one good?
No, don't watch the second one.
I won't bother
No, don't watch the second one.
Oh, have you seen that movie with it's on Netflix, I think. It's about this deaf girl who's in a house. And there's like a really scary guy outside who keeps fucking with her. I don't want to give away. Called Hush. Thank you, Chiz.
No,
that's a good one. Like the lack of sound in it is way more unnerving than the music in a movie. It's almost like when you hear music in a movie, it's a reaffirmation that it's just a picture, it's just a film. But the complete lack of it, like you're hearing it from her perspective of like nothing. And so there'll be times where like there's something right nearby and you want to yell out to her, but it's like she's being fucked with.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Did you guys see Gerald's Game?
Yeah, it was okay.
I did. I thought it was all right. The book was better.
Reader.
Jackie won't let you tie her up anymore, will she?
The beauty of tying up is she doesn't need to let me.
Yes.
I guess we talked about it before.
The game is over.
It was fun. I thought it was a neat movie. What did you like Gerald's Game? I know we talked about it. Where did you guys stand on it?
It's meh. It wasn't as good as 1922, which I know you hate.
Yeah, I was on the other side of that.
Yeah. Also Annabelle, which is in the Conjuring universe. If you've seen the Conjuring, Taylor, now you can watch Annabelle. If you recall, in the Conjuring, the doll, remember that creepy fucking doll?
Yeah.
It gets its own movie. So there's a whole movie about the doll, and coming soon is a movie called The Nun, which is a prequel. There's a part in Annabelle where there's this photograph on the wall of a nun, and it's like eyes are like following the chick. It's super creepy, but it's just a little like I don't know. It in the same way they sort of made Annabelle like a little tiny part of The Conjuring and then spun it off. They sort of did the same thing with the photograph of the nun in Annabelle. And so that's coming out soon. We could watch the trailer, I guess, but I didn't think the trailer was very good. The nun, something about a possessed nun or a demonic nun or some shit like that. But yeah, Annabelle's pretty fucking scary. But the thing is, and I've said this before, any movie where the bad guy is a doll, like Chucky, I was always like, bring it the fuck on. Bring it the fuck on, you little redheaded bitch. I got tools.
Yeah.
I also got hands that work.
And Chucky didn't have supernatural strength.
He did. He was strong. But not stronger than you.
Yeah. I always
he was strong enough to like throw a bitch a smack. Like
whatever. I didn't. He wasn't Superman or anything. He just seemed to. People would sit down so he could hurt them. As he slowly walked their way. He wasn't super agile. He just seemed like a really weak opponent.
Once you got your hands on that little bitch, it's dememberment and melting time. And I'm gonna melt you down and put you in a little glass jar. and I'm gonna sink that little melted goop of you to the bottom of the ocean. And that's going to be the end of you, my friend. Like, it's game over, bro. You silly. There's not going to be a Chucky 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Gremlins had hints of that too. I always felt like, now look, I know there were a lot of gremlins, and that's a problem. But a single gremlin, how is that thing so deadly? It weighs 6 pounds.
It was kind of a horror comedy.
Okay.
Especially the second
almost
one.
like a horror comedy.
Yeah,
I've only seen one of them.
Jennifer Tilly's in the later ones with her big titties flopping around everywhere. Big fan of that. And Bride of Chucky.
There's always is a Babadook still up there for you. I remember
I couldn't even finish it. I refused to go back to it. It was terrifying for me. Of course, when I watch a scary movie, like, we're not watching that shit at noon with like an iPad, with Reddit scrolling or anything. The lights are out. It's the only thing playing. I turn the volume up to like 75% of maximum, and I'm in a room, like completely blacked out, watching just this, and I focus on it 100%. Like it's a roller coaster ride. You don't like you try to get the intent of the movie to do its thing, and I found the Babadook to be terrifying. Just scared the shit out of me. And whenever you'd see its face, like, she's in bed and the door opens and it comes in the room, and then it's on the ceiling, crawling on the ceiling toward her in a very unnatural way. And then when she like peeks out from under the covers, it like inverts, does like a 180, and then lurches face to face with her with those sharp teeth and that crazy fat. I was like, oh, that's it. We're done.
We're done with the Babadook.
I've never done that with any other movie where I was just like, no, I'm done. We're not watching this. I'm not finishing the Babadook. And I did. I didn't finish it. I won't finish it. Don't need that.
Did that one scare you, Woody, or no?
Not. I mean, it had my attention, but it didn't have the same impact on me that it did in Kyle.
Like, the creepiest part of that movie was like the little additions to the book that would come back, I think, where, they would come back and it'd have like an extra 2 pages of creepy ass rhymes that were strangely applicable to every little thing that had been happening there. And I liked that. And watching her slowly going insane and trying to figure out, like, is any of this like real, or is she so sleep deprived, so, stressed out, and she just lost her mind. And there's just, this was like the little trigger that made it into her head to freak her out.
I still say The Fourth Kind is very scary.
I haven't seen that one.
I watched that when it came out. It's very disturbing. I wouldn't watch it.
I don't know how it ends. I have no idea how this movie's going to end.
It's very scary. It's I mean, you probably got a taste there. Basically, what the owl is. These people's memories have been altered, so that
it's an alien.
It's a fucking alien, and it's when they show the old footage, like the archive footage, and then they match it up with the actor's portrayal. It adds another depth to the story, and they play the old audio files and stuff. It really fucked with me for a long time. I didn't enjoy watching that. I was afraid they were going to show a specific scene, and I was having a hard time. I was like, they're not going to show it, are they? Not going to show it, are they? Yeah, it still fucks with me. Yeah, it's I'm a little scared now. I
want to see it.
And
now.
you don't even want to see it?
Oh, I wouldn't watch it again because I don't want to be scared by it. It would give me nightmares, and I would have a hard time sleeping alone.
Wow.
What movie has made you guys nightmare the most after having seen it that you remember?
Yeah, it would have to be when I was little. I had trouble with Friday the 13th back in the day.
Fire in the Sky, which is another alien abduction movie, of course. When you see the aliens torturing him, and again, it's another one that's, he passed a polygraph saying about the aliens taking him. He disappeared inexplicably for days. He was a logger or something like that. His friends saw him run into the woods after a light they saw, and then he disappeared for like 3 or 4 days, and he came back, and he had holes drilled in his fucking teeth. And he shows up naked, 3 or 4 days later, all fucked up, and he has this tale of alien torture and abduction, and they show it all. And I watched that when I was like 12, and so I couldn't sleep with the lights off for a long time because I was afraid they were going to come and take me.
Well, that's a good one. How long is a long time?
A month or two.
That is a long time. You sleep with the lights on.
Did you see?
For me, it was Jaws.
I haven't seen Get Out yet. I know it's excellent. Everyone says it's excellent. I know it's excellent.
I thought it was
will
good.
watch it. Next time I hang out with Chiz, I'm going to watch it. I want to, because he's such a fucking, he's such a big fan of it. He's been trying to get me to watch it forever.
So Chiz has seen it.
Oh yeah,
and
he's always
loved
trying
it.
to push it on me. Yeah, totally.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I don't understand why people are saying it's a great movie. Because it's just good.
I haven't seen it.
It's like a Star Wars. You know, the whole world has decided this movie is over the top, incredible, super good, a part of our culture. And I look at it and I'm like, well, it was good. Like I enjoyed the movie, but I don't see why it's considered so special.
Yeah. Yeah, some movies are like that. You just don't get it.
Well, Chiz is here to explain it for so many reasons I can't go into. There you have it, people.
Oh!
What happened?
I did it to myself.
What'd you do?
Let's watch a scene from Fire in the Sky. And I didn't sleep with the lights off.
You know, you want to think that humans are way beyond doing that to some creature we find, but are we?
I mean, we'd anesthetize them. Unless it was medical.
You think you know how to anesthetize an alien? Like,
you whack them over the head. That'll
might do it.
Down. That's fucked. Yeah, and that goes on for a long. That's just one little bit.
What are they trying to learn? They're like being that advanced. They got some real steampunky looking equipment too.
Yeah. I was that first knife that cut the like latex thing off of him. I'm like, that thing's not even very sharp. That's not a good knife at all. It was like cutting it and then it like didn't cut it for a spot and cut it again some more. I'm like, that's what a dull knife does.
Yeah,
shitty little hook. These are just renegade aliens. Just like maybe these are like the serial killer aliens.
Yeah, I don't like alien movies, not even a little bit. That's what scares me the most. We've talked about it before. Like the demonic thing is a little. It's the next rung down, I guess.
You believe in demons, don't you?
You know, like I don't believe in demons in the sense that there's demonic possession and like Satan is like and they're like minions of Satan or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Chiz is like, oh, look at you backpedal. No, what I said then and what I'll say now is like maybe there's some sort of supernatural occurrence that has a scientific explanation that early man called a demon. That's what I said then. That's what I'll say now. I don't know. Maybe it's an interdimensional being. Like that's definitely a thing. There are other dimensions. Like all those smart people say there are. So there must be.
You know, said there's a higher chance of there being angels and demons than aliens. Are you gonna backpedal onto your it's a comedy show thing? Okay.
What I said was that there was a higher chance of angels and demons in the sense that I just described angels and demons as being something like an interdimensional being or something like that, or some sort of energy creature that we can't really fathom that early man called angels and or demons. Then there was a chance that aliens have visited Earth, because I feel like that is like almost.
Then you're not even talking about like angels and demons anymore. You're
Exactly,
talking about like
I'm
a misattribution by someone else of aliens. So
that's
it's all
exactly
aliens.
what I'm saying, and it always gets misconstrued by Chiz because of his. Well,
we need to have a super fan pull up the original clip of what Kyle said.
I always say that. I'm always you know, we're not talking about like angels as like the first creations of Jehovah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's not embarrassing if you do believe in demons. Like most people do.
Yeah, most people do. But I don't believe that there are demons as described in the Bible or in the Torah. I don't believe that or
Satan the Supernatural TV show.
Oh no, that's all real. That's a documentary.
Yeah, I like horror.
Did you like Midsummer?
Which one's that?
That's the one with the like Swedish cult.
Swedish cult.
I'll have to see.
The two people, like the old people on the rock. Fuck, that was good.
No, I haven't seen this. Is it in Swedish?
No, it's not. It's the guy that did Hereditary. You've seen that?
Yeah, I like Hereditary.
Same guy. So like same vibes where you're like, yeah. This is there's a documentary on Dune and what it was supposed to be, and it's a really sick documentary.
Huh. This is a good horror movie. It's called The Taking of Deborah Logan.
I've scrolled past that 100 times, and maybe I'll watch that one if I can't fall. Well, I can never fall asleep right after this.
It's one of those movies that's really creepy for like the first. I'm gonna guess it's 90 minutes long, so it's like really creepy for 65, 75 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes, it's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh no.
You know what I liked, and I usually don't. Usually a horror movie, like sequels suck, and I know this movie got panned and people hated it. I thought Sinister 2 was pretty good.
It was fine.
Like it was creepy enough. It was spooky enough. You know, I don't mind jump scares. I feel like it's a little lazy. If it's all jump scares, then I don't like that because it feels.
Yeah, they got to be mixed in.
But if they sprinkle those in tactfully, jump scares can be real good.
The Babadook, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, that really, really fucked me up. I literally didn't finish it because I was just like tired of being frightened.
I hate that kid, eh? Do you hate that kid?
I hated the kid.
I hated the kid so much.
But
Screaming in the backseat of that car, I was just like, God, I hope the Babadook. I want the Babadook to win.
That got me. Yeah,
We're going to Lowe's. I'm rolling the windows up, and I'm going lumber shopping. Hang out in the back seat for 3 to 5 hours. That kid would have to go.
Babadook was good. I think the first time I saw it, I was a little disappointed it wasn't scarier because you had talked it up like it was going to be the big baddest one ever.
It scared me.
I watched it a second time, and well, this was still a long time ago, but it was really good the second time too.
It was not long after Wings of Redemption had moved out of my house, so I was still living in the basement, and it was kind of scary down there. And I just remember and we were high, and all the lights were out, and the house was completely quiet, and completely blacked out. And I just remember that Babadook opens the door and starts crawling on the ceiling, and the woman is under the covers, and she lowers the covers and looks up, and it's on the ceiling right above the fucking bed, and it drops on her. And that's where I paused it. I changed it to fucking Netflix, and I was like, we're done here. And she's like, thank God.
Oh no, you gotta finish. Have you seen what was this one? Insidious?
Yeah, it's good.
I like that one. Insidious.
Is that the one with what's that guy's name? God damn it! I can't
Babadook at the end.
Darth Maul guy, isn't it?
I think you'd feel differently about
Ethan
that whole
Hawke
movie, Kyle, if you got to the end of it, because they really put a bow on it and explained things that
it was her depression or some shit like that being manifested.
You're close.
Or
yeah.
The Boy was good. Did you ever see The Boy? I thought that was such an under the radar movie that I never heard of, and I caught it on Netflix.
Another one I've scrolled past. You liked it?
Boy, it was really like, if you don't know how that ends, that's a good one. And they have The Boy 2 coming out soon. But I would recommend it because it was one of those ones where like I didn't know it was going to be good, and I was like, how have I not seen it? I must be shit. And I put it on, and then I'm like, kind of like, why didn't anyone tell me to watch this?
I like The Taking of Deborah Logan a lot because essentially what it is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to give you like the basic premise. This lady has Alzheimer's, and her daughter is allowing this film crew to come document her mother's Alzheimer's because the payday that they'll get from allowing this film crew to come will allow her to help with her mother's assisted living, essentially. And weird stuff starts happening in the house, and you're viewing through the literal lens of that film crew who is documenting the Alzheimer's. And you know, in movies when like scary shit starts happening and you're like, I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
I'd have fucking left. Well, one of the guys in the film crew is like, fuck this shit. Fuck you. Fuck this job. And fuck all of you. As a matter of fact, fuck the old lady. Fuck this creepy house. I'm out. And she's like, how are we going to finish the film without you? He's like, I don't fucking care. I'm not dealing with this crazy shit. He gets in his fucking car. He leaves. You never see him again. And I was like, shit, is this real?
See, that's
is this fucking real?
I love that addition to it because that makes it feel more real.
Yeah.
Where one person leaves and then, you know, whoever's in charge of the job, well, this makes it doubly important for the rest of us to take it seriously. Let's buckle down. Like, that would always happen. It's like,
hello,
hey,
my name
we're in
is
this foreign cabin we found. I found a goat head nailed to a post, and it's Satan's my friend. And it's like, wow, that's really interesting. You want to spend the night? And it's like, no, I don't. You know, another good one. I was just looking on Google trying to remind myself of all the horror I've watched. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Have we talked about that one before? Have you?
No, I haven't seen that.
That's a real fucking good one. It's a creepy. I won't spoil anything, but an unidentified female corpse comes in, and it's real to a morgue, not walked in, like brought in on a.
I follow.
Yeah, and the mortician and like his son / assistant start working on it, and basically it's just a series of fucking really creepy. There's a couple jump scares, but it's mostly like a slow, creepy burn. It's really good. I liked that one. And then have you seen Oculus, the one with the mirror?
I don't know. I usually skip the ones that have like a premise like that.
Dude, Haunted Mirror sounds retarded, right? That's what I thought when I started it, because I love chintzy, terrible horror movies as much as I do the good ones. I just like horror movies. Yeah. And I started that one with the idea in my head of like Haunted Mirror, fucking perfect. This is going to be like that horror movie Shrooms. It's absurd. I don't even think they had that on Netflix.
Zombievers.
Yes, it's going to be like Zombievers. And then like get like half an hour in, it's
that
like
chick's titties and Zombievers.
Scary. Yeah, Oculus is fucking creepy.
But the scariest movies that I've ever seen are both have the same. It's about what I'm afraid of, right? Like I'm not saying they're the scariest movies ever. They're the movies that scared me the most because of what I'm actually afraid of. I'm afraid of alien abduction. And as a kid, I used to watch a lot of X-Files, and I used to watch a lot of Unsolved Mysteries. And there would always have these like alien abduction like plot lines, and it's basically like you're going to be kidnapped and tortured by these horrific looking beings, and then nobody's going to believe you, and you'll be and maybe if you're lucky they'll erase your memory, and they're just going to keep coming and doing it over and over, and no one's going to believe you. Best case scenario, everyone thinks you're crazy, and that was just so terrifying to me. And the two movies that I watched that like exemplify it perfectly. One of them, Fire in the Sky.
I knew it. Yeah, that fucked me up as a kid, man.
It's so scary. It's based on. Look, you can do some reading on the backstory of it and the what word am I looking for? Validity. The validity of that story. And it's based on a true story. I know that guy passed several lie detector tests regarding what he claims happened to him, and his friends all agree that there was a light in the sky. He disappeared, and the authorities were searching for him for several days before he was found again, naked. And that movie is terrifying. Like seeing what happens.
I was thinking about that hot needle thing going to the eye. Do you remember that? It was like a hot, spiky needle.
Yeah.
It just used to freak me out as a kid. I was like, yo, these aliens are going to fucking stick needles in my eye and suck my dick and my ass.
Yeah. They're going to put that weird goop down my throat. There's a part where he's like laying he's laying on the table, and they take this like vacuum seal him to the table with like this latex shit, and they sort of cut holes in the latex as they need to access a body part. So at first he's like suffocating because it's over his face, and they like cut a hole in it. So and he's like, and the alien immediately takes a handful of what looks like brown jello and just slops it into his mouth. And it's just like, fuck, what is that? What's the brown jello for? You know, it's just awful shit. And then the other one, also alien abduction, and it's The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich. And I don't know, something about that fucked me up, man.
Fourth Kind, I feel like I saw that a long time ago. I don't know, or maybe I haven't.
It came out around 2006. Oh, okay. I was thinking 2006, but
2009 is around 2006. You got it right.
Honestly, really though, 2005, 2009 is the exact same shit.
It scared me real bad. There's a lot of like that thing where they warp people's faces, and there's a lot of and there's this part. It's basically this community. I want to say in Alaska where I think the woman does that like memory regression therapy stuff. She has all these patients with this same recurring dream. Oh, even talking about it's creeping me out, man. Like
the kind you're talking about.
Yeah, their dream is that there's a big white owl outside. A white owl. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's creeping me out. It's like because I'm picturing it. The white owl is outside their bedroom window, and they're all like lying on her couch, telling her this. Like she keeps hearing the same thing, and what it. I won't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I'm gonna watch this one. I'm always looking for horror.
Man. Again, some
Taylor,
people. There's some people who think
real life PKA, and you don't show up outside his window in that. I'll be so disappointed.
I would love to do that.
You will get yelled at so loud.
He's making a no gun joke.
Well, that's the only way I would feel safe to do it.
I will yell at you so loud.
And we need to set it up, Woody, so when he runs in the other room to get you, and then you go, "What's see where Taylor is?" You go in there, and I'll have run in by that time. Laying in the bed. What's going on? I'm not in an owl outfit.
I think it would be just paranormal videos. Is that what it is? Is that the movie series where barely anything happens, but like a hose moves and you know that it's a bad thing?
Yeah, that was the one where like
Activity.
It's like
Paranormal Activity.
Documentary style.
Yeah. Paranormal Activity. Actually, pretty good movie. Like the first time, or maybe even just the first one or two, and then it becomes incredibly boring, just security cam footage. That
false. See, you, my friend, did you catch that they're all the same family?
To be honest, I didn't until afterwards. I read about it and like it sort of tied it together and such for me. But I mostly just find it becomes too boring to pay attention to by the third or fourth movie. That would be my hellish entertainment.
I didn't watch enough of those to know it was the same family. I think I only saw the first one.
All right, well, fuck me then. I guess I'm the one who.
No, I think I saw the second one. Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen those in forever.
So the one that's in L.A. with some like Mexican guy, that one's fucking stupid. I didn't like that one. The first two films, very much connected and scared the shit out of me. I remember being in a hotel room with a girl in L.A. and like being like, "Hey, you want to watch a scary movie?" And she was like, "Yeah, I guess. I don't really like scary movies." I was like, "I don't either. That's why I like watching them." Like let's watch Paranormal Activity 2, I think it was. And I just remember we're like sitting up in bed and I'm like holding her and she's holding me and we're just holding each other watching it. And every time like something happens, we're just like, ah! It was like a roller coaster. Those movies are fucking
But sometimes
scary.
the something that happens is like, did you put the vacuum robot in the pool? No. Did you put the It's in there for some reason. Yeah, a ghost, I guess. I don't know.
Did you put that letter in the mail? No, but it went out. This is a pretty handy ghost. Like,
I could have sworn I pushed all the chairs into the table, but now one of them is not pushed in.
I don't know. I think the footage, especially in the first one of them asleep and the door like opens and something like walks in and then you're like staring at that door, so just staring at the darkness, into the darkness, trying to see what it is, and then you hear like a loud crash, like way downstairs, and then the lady's waking up with bite marks on herself, and they put the baby powder on the floor to see what's walking in the room at night, right? And there's hoof marks in the fucking baby's powder. Then they hear the noise up in the attic. So like when he starts going up into the attic, I'm just like, no, don't go in the don't go in the attic. No, don't go. And he just like he's like panning his head super slowly. When you know in real life you'd be like, like cover 360 degrees in a fraction of a second. Like that fucking scared the shit out of me. That was so fucking scary. I didn't care for that.
I remember.
You're making a good point.
It's probably a couple of years ago now, but the other one you recommended that was really scary, that didn't get me as much as I thought it would, was Babadook.
Babadook scared me so much I had to stop watching. That's one of the few. That's the only scary movie I've ever seen that I my girlfriend and I were both just like, I was like, that's it. We're done. We're fucking done here. She's in bed. The door opens, and it just starts crawling in on the ceiling upside fucking down, and she hides under the covers from it, and it's like right above her bed. And when she pulls the covers down, it like flips and falls right down on her, like face to face. And it's got a terrifying face. I cut it off right there. I turned it off right there. And I know what the Babadook's about. I know the symbolism. I know the meaning of the whole thing and the depression and all that stuff. The monster that was shown on screen fucking scared the fuck out of me.
I'd much rather be depressed than have that thing skittering about on my ceiling.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take depression 1,000 times out of 1,000 than that. Chiz and I watched The Conjuring the other night, and when those little girls are in bed and like something jerks one of them's foot, and she's like, "Stop pulling my foot." She thinks it's her like sister, and then she like sits up and looks over, and the sister's still sound asleep, and she's like looking around, and she like peering into the pitch black darkness. And there's something behind the door, and she's just sobbing. Something's behind the door. Something's behind the door. Oh God, that movie is really fucking scary. The first
I haven't
2
seen that
acts.
one. I've heard it's very scary.
The Conjuring it's not just a good scary movie. It's a great movie. Like if you look at like best horror movies of all time, it'll be in the top 10 list along with like The Exorcist and stuff like that.
Answer me this about it. Is it one of those that is totally high on jump scares?
No.
Or is it one that like cultivates that horrifying like aura that you feel? Because those are the ones like, the creepy feel that permeates everything. Those are the ones that really get you later. Because the pop out ones, you'll go to bed that night and you're like, whatever. Like it was all just like, oh, you startled me. But those creepy ones, like you'll keep thinking about it.
It's very
creepy. I watched Creep 2, Chiz, and Creep 1. Those were very creepy.
The Conjuring builds an absolutely terrifying aura of just helplessness because, like, the dad, who's the guy who plays the dad, Chiz? He's from Band of Brothers. He was not the redheaded guy, but Ron Livingston. Ron Livingston is like the father, the patriarch of the family, like 5 little girls, his wife, and he's a long haul truck driver. So frequently he has to leave them alone, and it's just the mom to look after the little girls, and then just shit gets scary. Shit gets fucking scary. And you know, there's the team of paranormal investigators who come in, and there's a little bit, all the parts are very well acted. There's some jump scares like there are in every horror movie. Even The Exorcist had a couple of jump scares, like when she's in the attic with the little candle, and the candle like explodes in her hand or whatever. But it definitely earns its scary moments. It's a good movie. The Exorcist is so good. I watched The Exorcist just the other day.
The original one?
Let Jesus fuck you! Let Jesus fuck you!
My son likes scary movies, but he's never seen them. So he goes on YouTube and he watches, I think it's called Death Count. Are you guys familiar with this at all?
It's how many people die in a movie?
Yeah, and I think they might show the deaths or something. Like I'm not parenting very well. I should know what he's watching on YouTube. But yeah, he'll come and he'll be like, Dad, do you like Saw? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. It was pretty good. 13 people died in Saw. I should be watching what you watch on YouTube more carefully, clearly. But yeah.
Well, it's a good, family-friendly, wholesome channel. How many people died in this horrible movie? And he's not even getting the build-up to scary movies. He's just getting the brutal part, the climaxes.
Yeah. And I should say, Woody, I'm not sure if you're aware how many Saw movies have been made. Those deaths, I'm out of touch at this point, maybe 7. Those deaths get worse and gorier and more gratuitous as they go. Somehow they got recommended to me just the other day. I was watching Family Guy clips, and all of a sudden it's like, you want to watch the laser collar from Saw? Like, yeah? And then it's like, you want to watch the bucket head from Saw? And it's like, no, but yeah.
But I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Do you want to watch the piano wires pulling the people's legs apart from? No, I don't. Those are really gory and traumatizing.
They are. The best one of that series is the first one. And I guess I'm making a judgment there because I haven't seen all 7, but I'm going to go out on a limb, and I saw the first 5, I think. And after the first one, they kind of suck. They're just not very good.
They must be in the backpack.
Okay. Or did you like them?
I don't like them. I liked the first one, but it's degenerated into this sort of like
just gore porn,
torture porn. I didn't like Hostel. I didn't like the Emerald. What is it? The Emerald Fury or something like that. What's the one where they're dealing with the natives that are torturing the Green Inferno? If you're a real heartless person who's a glutton for torture porn, watch the Green Inferno.
Have you?
I haven't even heard of that.
There's one called, is it Brazil or the Hostile?
Hostel.
Yeah. Oh, this is the same guy as Hostel, Eli Roth, I think.
It's Eli Roth.
Is Hostel the one where they like it starts off on a vacation, kind of a beach party, and then they find themselves running for their lives?
They're in Europe and they are drugged and kidnapped, and they go to a place where rich people pay to torture people to death.
Yeah.
And they're like secured to a chair with a bunch of implements in the room, and they torture people to death, like slowly for fun.
I know that one. It's not the one I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of, it might be called Brazil. They basically they were, I think they find themselves like stranded on a beach. You know, they're on vacation at a beach, and then for whatever reason their ride home isn't there, and they're like, hey, let's just party it up. And by the next morning, people are trying to like harvest them for their liver and things like that, and they escape and they're on the run, and it's pretty good, pretty scary.
Eli Roth made the Green Inferno, I think, as well as Hostel. He is the Jew Bear from Inglourious Bastards. Yes, the Jew Bear.
The bear
Jew.
Yeah.
Yes.
A Jew bear. That's just a very frugal forest dweller. 2 berries? Not in this climate.
Yeah, Eli Roth is fucked. He's got those black eyes. Oh, he did Cabin Fever too. That's true, Chiz. Yeah. He's in a lot of movies.
One. Yeah, he seems to really, really like to just push the envelope with gore, which kind of gets tedious after a while,
And hopelessness. Like most stories most stories in media have happy endings, or at least middle of the road endings. But his films are so often like they lead at the end of Cabin Fever, right? You think the one guy's like, I made it. The cops finally show up and he's like, help me, I'm not infected. And they just gun him down. They just gun him down right there, and they burn him up with a flamethrower. They burn the cabin down with a flamethrower, and then the camera pans and we realize that like the whole town's water supply has been infected with the virus. Not only that, but they're bottling it up and trucking it out on semi trucks. So the whole country will now be infected with it. The Green Inferno, I'm pretty sure they all just get torture eaten to death. And there is some gruesome.
Oh, it's a cannibalism kind of theme. Okay.
Yes, there's a vagina sewn shut. There's all kinds of fucking shit that go. Yeah.
How does that help you eat someone?
Oh, well, Eli Roth is a sick man.
Oh, like a turducken, where they put a duck and a turkey and then something else in there. They do that with man, that's grotesque.
Yeah. It's awful. It's awful. It's fucked. They made 2 more Cabin Fever movies. The first one was enough. It was enough.
People need to stop going to that corner of the woods.
Yeah, I don't like the other one is what's it called? It's the one where there's mutants out in the like.
Oh, Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes. That's fucked.
Hills Have Eyes 2, the beginning scene. I think it was a rape scene in the beginning. Like, I think I might have turned that off right in the beginning of it. I watched it like right when it came out, and I think like I just stopped it because it just came off as creepy, because they weren't even just like, some suave guy who's rich, like Hostel, some of those guys where it's like, oh my God, I would never notice that guy in public. He just looks like a normal businessman. Like they were like that fucking Ephialtes from 300, where they're just all, shitty. And they've got like Ephialtes' body, and then Clint, whatever the fuck the guy we were talking about earlier, his eyes and head, Clint Howard. Yeah, like his head on Ephialtes' body from 300, and they're just like horribly raping and torturing him. Oh, terrible.
Are you caught up on? Is it Terror? The Terror? The show we've been watching?
I haven't watched the most recent episode of The Terror. The last episode of The Terror I saw was when. What was the last? It was the 8th episode. I haven't seen the 9th episode.
Yeah, I guess
it's bleak. Bleak is the best word to describe that fucking show. It is bleak. It is well made, well acted, interesting, but bleak.
Yeah. Bleak is perfect. I thought I was caught up. Now that you mention it, there was a show last night, so I didn't see that. But I'm enjoying it again. There was a moment where I felt like it stalled too much. And but I'm back on board now. I guess I'll watch the remaining episode. Then there's the last one. There's only 10, right?
Correct, Mundo.
We're about to see how this thing ends. And
yeah, they're just all gonna die.
Nothing goes their way.
It's not gonna. they're all gonna die. I think that was made clear in the very first episode, like the first minutes of the first episode, when the Eskimo hands him the buttons. They're like, they said not to come, not to follow, or like go away or run or something like that.
It's funny. So you say they made it clear in the very first episode. I'm wired differently, and then I don't trust it. Right? They're like, oh, they said to say that they're dead and not to follow them. Oh. Well, what made them say that? They said that? That means they're saying things. I don't know that the ending they told us is going to be the ending.
They're all dead. The only thing that might happen is maybe one of them survives and has to cut his tongue out to be like the polar monster's muse or whatever the fuck. Like one of them might meet that end. And it might be the guy who's kind of sweet on the Eskimo chick. Maybe that gets worked out for him. But everybody else is a goner. Yeah, the half-assed doctor. I've been watching Westworld, and this week's episode of Westworld is one of the best episodes that's ever been made of that fucking show. Last week's episode, one of the worst. Last week's episode was so bad that I didn't watch this week's episode until yesterday or something like that. And then I watched this week's episode, and I was like, I'm fired up again for Westworld. It was fucking excellent. It was William Hurt.
How much is out now?
3 episodes, I believe.
I'm just waiting for this series to get out so I can just watch it all.
Doing that, I know Kyle wants to see that. The Paranormal will just like
it draws and
builds for 2 hours. That thing builds.
So you're sick to your stomach.
That's what you want in a good horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, right. The Paranormal Activity movies, especially, I don't know, I'm gonna call it the first 2 for sure, maybe the first 3. God damn, they fucked with me.
An hour and a half
first
of like, why'd the hose move? The hose moved? Like a chair. Was this chair here? How come you guys keep moving the chairs? I'm not moving the chairs. It's like, and you're like, is this happening? Like, where are? It's good. I like the Paranormals. I want to see the recent ones.
I've seen them all up into the one where it's like Paranormal Activity, Chicano Adventure or something. Like it's like
that can't be a thing.
It's in LA and they're all Spanish and I watched it, but it was like when they got to the bottom of where the evil was coming from, it was like, really? There's an underground passageway in your neighbor's apartment that leads to some scary shit? Like that seems pretty far-fetched. Like usually these apartments have quick turnover, right? We're going to notice that underground dungeon you have in your apartment.
Maybe it's the second. Isn't there one where it's a little more like you see the monsters and like?
There's one now called like Demon Dimension or something like. It's like Paranormal Activity, like something Dimension or something. But I've seen 4 of them, maybe 5.
I think you're ahead of
the
me.
first 2 or
I've
3
seen
are.
3. So you want to watch this trailer?
Not the whole thing, but like the first, because I didn't watch the whole thing when I watched this preview the other night on my Roku. I watched the first, call it 20 seconds.
And that's enough to get
it gives you kind of the idea of what the horror we're facing is in this movie.
Have you watched any of that SCP Foundation stuff that I told you about?
Not yet, no.
I highly recommend it. So basically the SCP Foundation, it's this like stuff it comes from the internet, and basically it's like crowdsourced horror stories surrounding the idea is the SCP Foundation is this organization that since like the early 1900s has been working to capture and control like monsters and ghouls and goblins around the world and keep not only people safe from them, but the knowledge of them hidden. And it's everything from like Bigfoot to like the Loch Ness Monster and like enormous like sea creatures that are thousands of kilometers long to I think one of them was literally like a giant Care Bear that hugged people to death, but also like all sorts of like gods and aliens, and there are these really interesting stories for each one of them, and some of them are really long and intricate and complex. And I think that someone told me that there's a website where you can go and you can write a new one, and you can be like, hey, here's my new this is SCP 3774. It's
it's the Taylor monster. He bites people's
Mhm.
heads off.
Yeah.
And like if your story is good enough, like they'll add it to like the canon. But I've been watching it on YouTube where like this YouTube channel has like animated tons and tons of them.
Yeah.
And so I just like when I'm trying to like go to sleep in my like stupor of sickness, I've got these playing and I'm having like the most fucked up dreams. Some of them are like just kind of like normal monster stories, but some of them are really dark. Some of them are really dark and fucked up. I don't know. I've probably listened to like 60, 70 of them at least at this point. And some of them would make really good movies. Like one of them was about this like lake of blood that that monsters kept coming out of. And so eventually they took a submersible down into the lake of blood to see what was down there. And after a while, they stopped going down and started going up again. And they realized that like gravity had inverted and now they were rising instead of falling. And when they get to the surface, they're on another dimension, on another planet. And they like explore the other planet for like days at a time. And it gets like super
That's
wacky
cool.
and wild. Yeah, I thought that one was interesting. That was one of my favorite ones.
What was if you were to recommend one, what was one that stood out to you?
Shit. I don't know. Let's see.
Must be hard if you're listening to them while you're sleeping, just
I've
getting
listened to
fucked up
dozens of 'em.
dreams. I'm on
Yeah,
their channel right now. There's a ton of these. Most of them are around like 15 minutes or so, it looks like.
Yeah, most of them are. There are some really long ones. They're like an hour long that like explore the whole foundation and the history of the foundation and the stuff they've done. Oh, the Scarlet King is one of the bigger ones. The Scarlet King is like this demon god that has a whole cult behind it. So that one's pretty wild. I don't know. There's one for like everything. The one about the Bigfoot was pretty interesting because it was like a complete twist on what you would think it would be. Apparently, like we used to live side by side with the Sasquatches, and they were more technologically advanced than us, and we had like a war with them. And
That's a cool twist. I like that.
yeah, we had like a war with them, and like killed them all, and took their technology for our own, and now they like live in the shadows, forever. Hating, and there's a part at the end where like the last time they spoke to the Sasquatches, they had a message and it said, "We forgive you and we want to come home." And it was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. There's a bunch of them. It's like I said, it's everything from like, because it's just written by people. Like some of them will be like a hat that just kills people, like a demonic hat. Or one of them was like a door-to-door salesman, but he doesn't knock on your exterior door. He starts knocking from one of your interior doors. And when you open the interior door, he starts trying to sell you something ridiculous. And if you agree, and it's like one of those devil's bargains where like, you never know like what he's actually offering to sell you and what he's actually telling you it costs. So like, he might take your heart and your entire circulatory system when what he said was he just needed a little heart, or I can't remember what it was. But like he phrases things in a confusing way, and like he might just he might kill you as payment, or he might just like, I one of them was they wanted the person's soul in exchange for something, but they just took their soul record collection instead because he thought that was funny. Like it's just bizarre. They're always very bizarre and weird because it's fucking.
I like that.
The internet who write these things.
I like that. But
I've been really into it. For like the last week, I guess I've been watching and listening to them.
I love horror content, so this is good stuff. I need to watch some. I just subscribed to their channel.
Some of them are actually pretty dark. It's the SCP Explained channel is the main one I've been watching, but then there's another channel called the Exploring series that features SCP content as well.
And what does it stand for? SCP?
Oh shit!
Scary.
What is this?
I don't know. I just went to their channel to try and find out, and I don't know what SCP stands for.
Secure, Contain, and Protect.
Secure, Contain, Protect. Okay, makes kind of a little sense.
Yeah. So they're like, I don't know. There's a lot of them, and most of them are pretty interesting. Like, I didn't realize it was like crowdsourced until I was like halfway through my
journey watching these things.
I watched a horror movie last night, and I'm not sure I know the name of it. It's first of all, not that scary. Not really a horror movie. It was kind of like Groundhog Day in that she relived the same day all the time and kept dying.
Russian Doll.
She was in a sorority, and they kept killing her.
Oh yeah, is it
Get Home? Home to You?
It's like, they're making a sequel of it.
Yes, and it's out now, or I think I saw it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
I tried to Google it. I didn't find what I needed.
It's I don't fucking know either. I don't know the name of it, but is everything whatever. But yeah, I know
movie
of that.
sucked. Don't
I've
watch
heard of
it. Not that you could, because we don't know the name.
Yeah, right.
I thought you would know. Well, you do.
I haven't seen it. I just know of it, and like a lot of movies I don't watch. I'm guilty of judging books by their cover a lot of the time. So that I try not to watch too many stinkers. But and especially in horror, it's kind of hard to weed through the horse shit and find a good horror movie. I think
when you're looking for horror movies, you almost have to resign
Happy
yourself
Death Day.
to
there you go.
Happy Death. I googled sorority horror movie Groundhog Day, and
That'll do it.
Happy Death Day. It was really disappointing. I was looking for something that would have me actually scared, and at no point are you scared watching them.
Were there any titties?
No, there were no titties. I don't know what.
See, that's where Hollywood should make two kinds of horror movies: actual frightening, psychologically based horror, and slasher movies with titties. Those are the only two kinds I ever want to watch.
It was like they were going for PG-13. I don't see their rating on here.
And they used to have A-list chicks get topless in there. Jamie Lee Curtis was always showing them big old perfect boobies off in those movies. It was great.
Yeah, and there were hot girls in it. Like the sorority she was in was like a top sorority, and all of them were super hot. And like one of the key aspects of the movie is that she doesn't eat a cupcake. So, but no boobs.
I feel like the percentage of horror movies that are shitty is like 5 times as high as in any other genre of movie.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them, it's sort of the entry for like directors who are starting out because they're cheap to make and they can do really well.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, they're often very cheap to make, but they can blow up and be very successful. Like the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity, or any of those original slasher films. Very cheap to make.
But anything can be
Saw
cheap
had some
to
stars
make.
in it.
Rom-coms can be cheap, right?
Yeah, but it's hard
Usually
to make
they
a
need a big
rom-com go
male
off
lead
without.
draw.
There you go. Yeah, you got to have stars to pay. You can have no-name actors getting slashed up left and right.
I was about to say what made what was the Tom Hanks one with the letters? You've Got Mail.
No.
Might have been called You Got
I think,
Mail.
Are you thinking of The Notebook? And that wasn't Tom Hanks. That was what's his fuck?
I think I'm thinking of You Got Mail, and it might have been Tom Hanks and
the
Meg
emails.
Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Yeah, and there's nothing about it expensive. Oh, except by the way, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan are
Meg
in
Ryan.
it, and it would have never been a hit if they weren't. So
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But with slashers, you can have and oftentimes you make somebodies out of nobodies. Jennifer, what's the fucking girl she was in Passengers with
Jennifer
Star-Lord.
Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence started out doing.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Last House on the Left. I think she's in that. Like where she gets raped real good and beat up, and then her parents catch the guys who did it and torture them to death, and they microwave one guy's head.
I like Jennifer Lawrence. I've said this a million times, but she's an athletic Hollywood actress, and too often they move like models, and she moves
she's
like
an
an athlete.
fat-faced germaphobe that's weird and hasn't had sex in like well over a year. She says. She just seems like a no fun kind of lady. Her Stern interview made me think of her as just a real stick in the mud that you wouldn't want to be friends with. Like
Counterpoint, I think I saw her diddle her own pussy in The Fappening, and I agree, kind of fat faced, but hot enough. Look, she's
in
solid
her prime,
neck down.
she's quite hot. Yeah,
is she out of her prime now? I don't think I've seen her recently.
It depends what role she's working on. Yeah, they're like UFC fighters on weigh-in day when they get naked on screen.
Yes, which is cool to me. Like I don't know. Like There's something cool about that. They are like UFC fighters on weigh-in day.
Your boy's not fighting Stipe, by the way. Let me do an ad real quick.
No. Okay.
Have you guys seen Lake Mungo?
Lake Mungo? No.
Okay, I have
Very
not.
spooky.
I have not, and I saw the trailer, and I was like, "This someone recommended." I was like, "You only get one. Just give me one." And they were like, "Lake Mungo."
Yep,
It's
it's a really good slow burn. It's not high pitch. There's no high octane. There's no jump scares. It unfolds in a really believable way, but it's not particularly scary until that really it starts getting a little bit weirder near the end because you're kind of like doing a detective story about this missing girl, and it just gets weirder and weirder. I thought it was great. If I remember correctly, a lot of the police and medical people and blah, 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 they interviewed in the movie as part of like the detective work were real actual working professionals in New Zealand, like police and stuff. So they're not professional actors and they don't speak like professional actors. So they're incredibly believable.
That's interesting. I might look into that.
You guys see Skinamarink?
Yes, that's a whole different animal right
like
there.
That one? I like that one a lot, but I don't
feelings.
recommend it to people.
Exactly. About 5% of people are going to love that, and about 95% of people are going to say, "Are you stupid? Nothing happened in the whole movie."
And it's really important.
It's terrible.
It's really important to watch that movie alone with the lights off.
Headset.
Not on your phone. And I know everyone says that all the time. And even better than a headset is if you can go to your parents' home, if they're still living in your childhood home and you could do that at night in the basement, lights out there, like that'll fuck you up. You have to find something from your, like if you were born like anywhere from like 1977 to 1992, you have to find your childhood home or something like it and go into the darkest place to watch it. And you can watch it like, I think anyway. I mean, obviously headphones, it's like almost cheating at that point, but like anyway, even like on an old shitty TV would be crazy. And it's just bizarre. It just feels like scary nostalgia. Like when you were younger,
I'll try that out.
You looked in the hallway and the hallway was darker than dark. And you just didn't know what you were hearing. It was just like conversations in the other room. There's no other room. Yeah. What are you hearing? It's really crazy. But I don't want to recommend it after everything I just said. If you don't like it in the first 15 minutes, you could probably stop.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you seen Barbarian?
Love it.
Not yet. My wife has. She loves it. So
love
it. Great, man. That was such a fun. I don't watch trailers anymore at all. And if I do, I'll very quickly I'll only watch a trailer of a movie that I have no intentions of watching. And if they change my mind, I'll immediately turn it off because I know that if I go 3/4 of the way into this trailer, they're going to the third act of the movie. They're showing me the part where the hero
literally
has
get
to
the end of
girl.
Act 1 and you're always blessed with a shot of the final scene. And I always watch trailers and I'm always like, that's the end of the movie right there.
Yep.
Yeah. I know the end of a movie when I see what you showed me. I'm like, that's the end right there. It's like every trailer does it.
I wish they did it like Dusk Till Dawn. Did anybody see that in theaters? Because they didn't advertise any of the vampires at all. It was, and the first hour of the movie is played as a straight up kidnap.
I got it that way.
Cops and robbers.
Yeah.
And then out of fucking nowhere, vampires and schlocky ones, and it was glorious. But I'm right there with you on not watching trailers.
Terminator 2, James Cameron saw the trailer for Terminator 2 when the Terminator was like,
he's never seen Terminator 2.
That's
one.
Oh, I would say if you have to ask me, I'd put that number 1 at your the top of your list. You don't even need to watch Terminator 1 actually. Terminator 2. I know it's crazy how it really doesn't even matter. The more there's already a ton of mystery in that world building that the more mystery you're left with is just fine because there's a ton anyways. It's not like it's gonna really fill you in on things, but it's also fun to watch after. But Terminator 2 is my number 1 favorite movie. It's the first movie I ever saw in theaters. I feel like I do what I do today because I saw Terminator 2 like at 5 years old in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm like jealous because like at any moment, if you're like, what should I watch? You could watch my all-time favorite movie. You've never seen it before. And not only that, it's just for on so many reasons to be 2023 and not seeing this movie. There's no part of it that you're going to be like, this feels outdated. Not a moment. There's no moment
even
in the
CGI
whole movie.
is super good.
Exactly.
Maybe the
There's not a
arcade
hole. That's like, but it's gonna feel like Stranger Things, kind of like Stranger Things doesn't feel like outdated. It's like, it's just gonna feel like now. There's no effect in it or decision or clothing. Everything is it's the craziest movie.
Yeah. I watched
that whenever.
I watched Terminator 1 and 2 this month, last month, something like that. I went through them again and watched them both. I love those movies. That was one of my favorites as a kid to watch with my grandmother, Terminator 2. She's a huge Arnold fan. I'm a huge Arnold fan. That movie made me like now. After that, I followed Robert Patrick's career. When I saw him in Sopranos playing the gambling addict, I was like, "Oh, that's bad. It's a Terminator. This is cool." But that scene at the end, I cried. Like Terminator 2 made me cry. A couple times I've watched it and cried.
Is that rated R or PG-13?
Yes, it's R. That's what Arnold is. Arnold does his best acting of his career, I think, maybe in that movie. Seems like I think he's trying as hard as he can
to be a robot, and he does it very convincingly. And this actually loops back to what we talked about in the very beginning. You talked about the Toxic Crusaders TV show based on an R-rated movie. From that era, you had Aliens, Predator, Terminator, RoboCop, Rambo. Yeah, all these fucked up, hyper-violent, R-rated movies. Like, you go back and watch RoboCop.
This is the Toys R Us aisle
in
1992.
All R-rated
And what's so
movies
funny
all the
about
way
our
down.
generation is like, that's the toy aisle now.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
we're like not like at a Toys R Us, but like you can go to like EB Games or something like a GameStop, and that's what you get is you're gonna get like Alien, Terminator, RoboCop, and all those toys were sick. I love that. Alien, you got like the Gorilla Alien. And I remember like it was my first time when I realized I was woke cuck. I was able to choose any toy, and I came home with Ripley from Alien 3. I got
there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
Ripley's
at all.
One of the best all-time female action heroes ever.
And I got like I was in my first like argument debate like ever when I hung out with my friends, and I brought a Ripley toy because I brought a bitch to boys' night. And it was like I'm like Michael, your parents don't even let you watch Aliens 3. You don't know what this bitch does, bro. Like, you don't even know what a power loader is. You have no idea. She called the Queen Alien a bitch. You don't know shit, Michael. Fuck you. Fuck the Ghostbusters.
Fuck
and
Michael.
like, and I'm literally like, but I remember like just, and obviously I didn't word it that way, but I remember being like, but you don't know anything. Because I was allowed to watch all these movies. I had like pay-per-view, so I was like,
oh yeah,
I love anything with killing. If I got something and someone's getting killed, there's blood, I'm like, hold up.
Hey, I bet you're a fan of squibs. Don't you wish they still had squibs instead of CGI gunshots? Like, you go back and you watch Total Recall, and they shoot people, and like 3 gallons of blood.
Criterion Collection, any Criterion Collection, like RoboCop, like
what's the Criterion?
All the Paul Verhoeven stuff.
It's like their special, the best version, director's version of select like cult movies.
Oh, okay.
Like RoboCop, you get RoboCop, and there's like crazy squib scenes, like with the blood going like that. I bought that for a video once, and like they didn't work, and I just remember like we bought it, and the guy rigged it up and like did it, and they didn't work really. Only some of them did, and he was like, "Sorry," and I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Here's your money." I was like, "Here's your money." I literally like, I'm just
though, right?
What's that?
Aren't they kind of dangerous? Like, squibs are little explosives going off, right?
I have no idea how they worked. So when they didn't work, and he was like, "I can't do anything about it," I was like, "Okay." No. I still paid him though, and I was like, "Did I lose just now?"
Yeah. Did I get scammed? Did he know?
More or less than 1,000.
Wait, more than $1,000?
Yeah, I was asking how much it cost, like a squib.
Oh yeah, no, less than 1,000 actually.
Oh, that's surprisingly cheap.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe that's why they didn't go off.
One. Yeah,
well,
Harley,
I'm glad to hear that you're a man of fine taste and have watched all the best movies.
Yes. Well, we're all men of
everybody
fine
except
taste.
Taylor.
Well, you know. I just have a full catalog of stuff. You guys are jealous because you can't watch.
Between us four white men, we've seen every single movie worth seeing.
Yes,
have you guys seen The Notebook?
I had to watch that with my high school girlfriend.
No, I refuse to watch.
It's a good movie.
Oh, what movie?
What's really ugly about The Notebook?
I didn't hear it. What movie?
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
The Notebook is when the Notebook ends. Like, I promise you, even if you don't say it out loud or if the core, like inside, you're like, okay.
Oh, I bet I'd like it. I bet it made me cry though. I'm a pussy about stuff like that. If there's a fucking emotional scene or something, I'll be tearing up and crying the whole way through.
I hate when a movie's like the boy in the striped pajamas, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do today. The boy,
cry.
Fuck, look at the cover. Like, I'm sick already in my stomach. Like, I'm trying to watch a movie and chill. It's my day off. I'm fucking get attached to a Holocaust baby and
when I watched
play it through.
A couple nights ago, I watched The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Worthwhile?
Fuck, I don't know. Again, it was so bizarre. First of all, black and white and not widescreen. Standard, like
4x3.
4x3. 4x3, black and white. Two men are stationed at a lighthouse. Willem Dafoe is a veteran of doing this, and Robert Pattinson, our Batman to be fella, good-looking gentleman, is the new recruit. He just has started this, and he's like the junior officer. He has to take commands from Willem Dafoe. The acting's incredible, absolutely amazing. There are soliloquies, there are speeches given. There's old-timey sea captain prayers at dinner. It's great to just listen to, but the subject matter. Maybe rented it.
This sounds awesome. I got to watch this now.
Okay, well, I haven't gotten to all the parts that are so goddamn bizarre that I don't understand the movie. And
you're not saying bad, you're just saying bizarre. That's intriguing.
Incredibly bizarre. There's a little bit of Greek mythology mixed in if you want to dig deeply enough.
I'm with it.
There are mind
I played
bending
Age of
scenes.
Mythology. I know my Greek mythology.
It's like an hour and 40-minute acid trip in black and white with lots of masturbation, lots of farting.
Keep it coming. This is it.
Blood, gore, animal
Just the way I
destruction.
live. Yeah.
There's quite a bit of, there's a few turds.
Does most of the movie focus on just not the outside world, just them in the lighthouse?
There is no outside world.
See,
in this movie.
I don't know what that genre is called, but when there are movies, and usually they're shitty horror, but I love shitty horror, so that plays in for me, where everybody's stuck in a situation like in a house, or they're all on a boat, or they can't leave a certain room. Like, I don't know. I like those
The
kind of
Lighthouse
movies where they're trapped.
So the deal is, and Robert Pattinson spells this out at one point. Again, no spoilers. He's just like, I was looking for a job. Willem Dafoe's asked him, like, how'd you get into this? And he's like, look, I heard that you could make $400, even $600, or $400 up to $1,000 a year being a lighthouse, being a wiki. We'll just call it, the lighthouse guy, being a wiki out here. I figured that much money, and the farther you are away from shore, the more money you make. I figured this was the job for me, and I get this money, and I do this, and that, and the other with it. It's just the two of them on this island, and when I say island, I mean like
it's like a rocky outpost.
You can walk across the island in 10 minutes, no problem. And there's a lighthouse on it. There's a small shelter, and there's a generator that's like coal fed to run it, like an air horn that's always going off, like to warn ships away. And Willem Dafoe is like, yeah. Willem Dafoe
is that always in the movie too? A faint hum of a horn? Because
I don't know if I can handle it.
Full volume.
It comes and
Put
goes.
the mic right there.
It comes and goes. There's plenty of scenes without it. But Willem Dafoe is very domineering, and they're supposed to share the duty of going up to the very tip top of the lighthouse and operating the bulb or whatever, the flame it is. Willem Dafoe's like, she's mine. You don't touch her. You don't even get to see her. You get back to your duties. And he's just like, the book says that we're supposed to share duties. The only book on this island is my book. And the guy's just like, all right, well, I'm new here. Now you swab that deck and you swab it good. I already swabbed it twice. You'll swab it till your knuckles are bleeding. If I tell you to pull every nail out of this building and suck the rust off of them until they're shining and then build the whole thing again, you'll do it and you'll like it. And he's just like, fuck, all right.
Sounds good. I'm watching this.
Yeah, watch it and let me know what you think, because after I was done, I wished I hadn't watched it. It was just too much for me with the
It's a bit of morality about easy money, huh? That's what you just learned from that?
There's a little bit of that built in there, but there's also a lot of insanity built in there. I don't know what the movie was about yet. I probably need to watch. I'm usually really good at this. Like, I get it. This time I was just like, the fuck did I just watch? And why was there so much gore?
That genre you just described, what the fuck did I just watch, is my dad's favorite genre of movie. And
You'll love
anytime
this.
I get a movie recommendation, he'll be like, "Oh, I just saw this really great movie," and he'll send me an email, and I'll look at that email, and I'll be like, I don't know if I want to do that to myself tonight. Like, there's no way it's going to be an enjoyable movie. I'm not no point going to finish that movie and be like, this was great. I'm going to be like, what the fuck was that, and why did I watch that? Is the only outcome that can come out of that.
I kind of like that when I finish a movie sometime. Like one that I'm like, what the fuck was that about? And you kind of, let it marinate for a bit. And
it's free on Prime. I just remembered. It's free on Amazon Prime. So
but that's like something you want as like a mood, right? Like you have a mood, you want to watch something easy. You want like an action in the background or something. You want to enjoy, you want a comedy, you want to laugh at something. This is like one you want to feel bad about yourself or something. Like my dad's movies are like, it's that genre. It's like, you don't know what the fuck happened. Everyone was kind of an asshole. You kind of hate everyone in it. You wish you hadn't seen it. And you're like, is that a good movie? I don't know.
This one's mind bending. I after I was done with it, I had a couple of theories that to name them would spoil the film, but I wasn't sure, and I wasn't even sure that the filmmakers knew what the movie was about or what had actually occurred in the movie. So yeah, check it out if you're into that sort of thing. It's free on Prime. It's about an hour and 40 minutes long. It's not one of these it's not like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I highly recommend, which is like 3 hours long or over 3 hours or something. Maybe 2 hours 40 minutes. I don't recall exactly.
It's like Lord of the Ringsy in length, which is long.
Yeah, totally worth it. Brad Pitt won an Oscar for that. I just I didn't realize that until last night. I didn't watch the Oscars this year. So. I don't know. I recently watched what is it, The Taking of? No, that's that other movie that I want you to watch. It's
The Taking of
Exorcist. So The Taking of Deborah Logan is that movie
that I want. Jane Doe, the one I recommended to you. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch that one. I'm gonna write that one down. But I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I had never seen before.
It's a good movie.
It was more courtroom drama and less exorcism than I would have hoped.
Yeah, I've only seen that once, and it was like right when it came out. It was the least scary movie I've ever watched.
There was one scary part, and it was because everything had been so like grounded and not scary, and then all of a sudden they did that CGI face thing where the face goes ah, and the eyes like melt down the face, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I was just like, fuck! Fuck! I didn't know that was coming. And then there's this one part where like the boyfriend is asleep in bed. He's sleeping with Emily because she's been disturbed, and he's looking out for her. And he wakes up and she's on the floor all contorted, like fingers all like messed up and like bent into a weird position, and she's just staring at him like
and, like that catatonic possessed thing.
Yeah, that scared me too. I didn't care for that. But those are the only two scary parts of the entire movie, and I was looking to get scared.
Yeah, you got to watch it's not Exorcism, it's The Autopsy of Jane Doe on Netflix.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. I'm writing it down now.
It's a good one. I enjoyed it. Have you guys watched? It's on Netflix. It's this like. I don't even know if you probably wouldn't say horror, maybe thriller, called The Platform.
Woody's seen it. He liked it.
The one, so basically they're in this underground channel of a prison, vertical channel, this big column basically, and there's a big square hole in every single level, like two prisoners stacked on top of each other. And it's basically, I won't spoil it, but food comes down from the top like a beautiful, like what you'd see at a king's mansion, like a feast where it's like chicken legs and turkey and pies and everything you could want. And it goes down to level 1, and the two people on there munch. And then after a couple minutes, it goes down to level 2. And so by the time you get to like the final bottom level, people are eating each other. All the food's gone and stuff. And then every like 2 weeks, they'll randomly assign you a different one. And so like one time it'll be like, oh my God, like we have to eat and try and survive. And then they'll be at level 200 where there's like skeletons of other people who didn't survive in there, and it's basically them trying to figure out how to escape and how to manipulate it and how to be
sounds like The Cube. Is it in Spanish?
No.
Is it good?
It was one of those movies where the movie itself wasn't as good, but the concept behind it was so novel and entertaining. I was like, I'm on board for it. The same way that Hypercube and the Cube series is fucking awful. It's terrible, but I love those movies because it's unique. The way that they die is so entertaining. There's a new thing in every little cube. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't bother me.
I watched the first Cube movie, and I was like, you never really know who's operating the cube. Yeah. For those who don't know, these 4 or 5 people just wake up inside of a cube, inside this room. and and it's like you're inside of a gigantic 3-dimensional puzzle box. Like you're inside of a giant Rubik's cube, and you got to work your way out from the inside. And since you're in a cube, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides to every room. Each of those has a little hatch in it. One hatch might instantly get killed if you go through it, like some gruesome way, acid or like wires that wrap you up, like piano wire or something like that.
I think that's how it starts, isn't it? Some guy in there, and then just Hellraiser style, all these wires start shooting out and spinning, and he just has and then he just becomes mincemeat.
Becomes mincemeat. And but you don't know who's operating this cube or why or what the connection between all of the survivors is. And so I was like, well, I got to know more. Cube 2, let's go. I watched them all. There's like 3, maybe 4.
There's more.
You never figure out anything.
They don't tell you who operates the cube.
It's disappointing.
You get
most
very little information.
You get is like one cube survivor in one movie. They've blended together, makes it like out of the cube bath where it's like, oh, they were kind of underwater the whole time, or there's water under them for some reason, and she fell in, and then she's like getting out of this fake beach basically, and there's a bunch of armed people with like hazmat suits and guns, and like that's about all the clues you get, is that it's probably some government thing.
They had no idea.
Escape.
What's that?
She escapes, and then she finds herself in the hands of more bad people.
Yeah. Or the bad. She finds herself in the hands of the bad people who are running it, but there's no information divulged about like, oh, we're doing this to test soldiers for tough. Like, no, there's no.
Yeah. That's just the end of the. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the best end of all the movies.
She's like getting up there after surviving, and they just blow her head off, if I remember correctly.
They have really shitty ends. I watched all 4 of them in like a day and a half. I hate the Cube movies now.
Oh, I love shitty horror movies, man. It's my.
I like shitty horror, but like, I mean, I thought there was going to be like this big payoff at the end where we found out that what was going on, and you never did.
Well, no dice.
You're looking for the Saw. You're looking for the Saw.
Sure,
that's what that is.
Yeah. But I want him to end at the end. I don't want him to just dun 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 dun. He didn't like bring him back over and over. I'm a little upset with this. I don't watch the Saw movies anymore. They're like Saw 12 or something.
No. The first one's great. The rest of them are meh. Whatever.
The first one, it's such a good movie. Like really sucks you in. They don't even rely. I think the Saw franchise now has such an reputation. It's like, oh, it's just blood and gore, and it's like, yeah, but go back and watch the first one. Really, not as much blood and gore as you would think.
Very little.
If you watch the last few, and it's like a nice little mystery, good thriller, great movie. Now, I think that the guy who plays Jigsaw dies in like the third one.
I think you're right.
And they're on Saw like 8 or so, and I haven't seen all of them, but I remember jumping to like Saw 6 or 7 years ago, and it like starts with a montage of like, even though I died fucking 15 years ago, I want to play another game. And it's like, how much time did you have to plan this? Like, you have so many games to play, and then that one bitch who survived, and now she runs the game, but she sucks at it. Yeah, that went.
They just upload. They just upload. It feels like a YouTube video. Those movies. They just make a new one every Halloween, and it makes another $20 million, and rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a business. That's all they're doing. They're milking you.
Like whenever I'm on the movies subreddit, and someone will ask for a good like sci-fi horror movie. Everybody's always recommending Event Horizon, and then you look at the Rotten Tomatoes for Event Horizon, it's like 30%, something like that. It's real shit.
What's your guys? I mean, one is hard. What's like in no particular order? Top 3 movies all time, and if it's a series of movies, just name the series so you don't have to split it.
Godfather 2 is my number 1. The Shining is number 2. And 3 is probably Shawshank Redemption.
I struggle with recency bias a lot when topics like this come up. Like the first one that popped in my head was Endgame. Like I really, really like that movie. But is that just recency bias?
Maybe, yeah. Like think about like you as a like kid or a young man, like those.
Okay, like old school Star Wars I liked a lot, but I rewatch them and I'm like, oh, this was actually slower paced than I thought it was. Like it was better in my memory than if watching what I'll call the 4th one, which is the oldest one.
Yeah,
it's not as good as I thought it was at the time.
Yeah, they're pretty garbage.
I would say the Lord of the Rings, American Psycho. I really like The Thing.
Ooh,
that
me too.
Carpenter movie.
Yeah, John Carpenter movie.
Of
Kurt Russell.
all the horror movies I've ever seen, I think that's my favorite one because it does a good
It's-
job of I love thrillers, but I like the horror aspect. And a lot of the time, the thrillers you see that are really good aren't very scary. It's more just like, what's going to happen next? What did they just discover? Where are they moving? What have they just got? Like that kind of thing. This is
Yeah.
like a thriller horror that genuinely is scary and keeps you on the edge of your seat. So
Yeah, The
probably-
Thing is an excellent movie. John Carpenter made a lot of cool movies like that. I like the music. I like the setting. I like all the characters. There's a lot of good character actors in there, but the practical effects steal the fucking show. The practical effects in that are amazing. There's no CGI. It's fucking when that body fucking he's doing chest compressions on this guy, and the guy's entire chest opens up, sprouts teeth, and like because he's doing chest compressions, his hands go inside the man, and the body bites the guy's arms off up to like the elbow. It's so fucking crazy.
I've got my
Yeah,
three.
it was spooky.
They're not going to be great. People make fun, but here it is: Endgame, Indecent Proposal, a movie I didn't even enjoy, but I was really impressed with how much it made me feel, like it moved me, and the first Paranormal Activity, another one, not a cinematic great, but it scared me, like it moved me, and that's what impresses me, and that's what I guess I'm judging it by right now.
in theaters, that scared the shit out of me. Like,
Yeah.
it scared me more than I let on to the people I was with, where they're like, everybody's jumping, and I'm just kind of like, haha, bitch.
That didn't scare me.
Some of that Paranormal Activity has had me completely engaged and wrapped up and vulnerable to what it was trying to do to me.
Yeah.
So good movie.
It's a very good movie. I thought it was excellent too. I'm not an H.R. Giger expert or anything. I'm certainly aware of the work that he did for Alien. You know, designing the creature, the sort of biomechanical fetish that he seems to have as a designer. And I would describe it as a fetish because a lot of his I don't know what he is. I would describe it as artwork. I would describe him as an artist. But I don't know what he did before his work started getting used as inspiration and designs for film. What's his background?
He's an artist. He's a very unique artist. I mean, he delves into a lot of different things. He'll paint, he'll airbrush, he'll sculpt. As far as his background, I don't know too much of it beyond basically where he started with I mean, he's done stuff before the biomechanical thing, but I think that was really kind of his landmark. That was the thing where, oh, this is his style, this is the thing that he does, and that was really the thing that got him the most attention. The thing with Species that really was sad was that he had designed so many things with Syl, with the alien version of Syl, where every day he would draw something and fax it over because he was still over in his home country while they were designing, they were working on the film in America because he didn't want to leave the side of his sick mother, who she was dying at the time. So he was faxing them all these drawings and all this artwork and so many things like you can see in the video where he had written on there, do not copy Alien, do not copy Ridley Scott's Alien, do not make this like Alien. And it seemed that the director took that as, oh, okay, let's make this just like Alien.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that they changed were to make it more like Alien. And it was kind of a shame.
I didn't like that they went in that direction. I don't fault the makers of that movie for steering a little bit away from Giger's design because it's like, okay, you're a brilliant artist. You have a unique way of doing things. Your mind is something special, but we're on a budget here. We're making something for general audiences. And you want to make some sort of a woman who glows a little brighter every time she mutates more and gets angrier. And by the end, she's just a glowing piece of metal that's bioluminescent and semi-transparent. And you want to see her baby growing inside of her while she's running around murdering people.
Sounds
I
expensive.
see. And what will the vagina look like, sir? I understand you have many sketches of the vagina.
No, we're saving money there.
First of all, I love what Giger does, and anytime I think you were right in your video that the studio really wanted his name attached, just so they could be like, oh, at H.R. Giger designed creature, because me as a viewer, if I see that, I'm like, all right, let's see what he fucking came up with this time. But I wouldn't want to hang out with that guy. That guy seems creepy. I bet that guy is into some weird shit. Like,
absolutely.
Weird. He seemed like his artwork is all this like really like it's like women, and it's almost all female, and it's almost all semi-sexualized, but it's also like this they're like half women, half machine, half demon, and they're in like all sorts of weird positions, and like it's really weird to look at, and it's beautiful. He's incredibly talented, but yeah, I don't fault him for not going along with everything he came up with, but I didn't like that. Like the poster for that movie, for example, like you pointed out, it's like, come on, this is just a complete ripoff. There's even like green glowing light on it. Come on.
Yeah, they changed a lot of this stuff. I mean, I don't entirely blame them. Like you said, there's a lot of ideas that he was throwing out there, and they were pretty crazy. So I don't fault them for trying to steer the ship away from that. But he had a lot of really cool ideas and things that would have definitely helped to set it apart. Like, I love the movie too. I wouldn't have done a 40-minute video about it if I didn't love it. But I think that it would have kind of transcended just, naked woman runs around killing people. And it might have been something a little bit special. Maybe not on the level of the original Alien, but I think it would have been something a little bit more special. And it would have been a little bit more memorable if they would have listened to him and taken some of his ideas. Because he did have some cool things where he was showing them. They were like, oh, we can't do that. And then he would do it and had them over to his house and be like, no, here's how we're going to do it. And you can do it practically. You don't need to do the CG to do this. And they were like, oh, but then they still didn't do it. So I don't entirely fault them. I mean, that's the whole thing with production and with going back and forth with producers. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. For example, George Lucas wanted Han Solo to be a giant talking fish. And the producers were like, okay, look, we said you could have a giant talking dog, Chewbacca, but we're not going to have a giant talking fish with a giant talking dog. So like, you have to have some humans in here. So then they ended up, letting him make Han Solo be Harrison Ford, and the rest is geek history. So I think that's kind of along the lines of this. It's like, you have to have a little bit of back and forth with the producers, or you're either going to go too crazy or not crazy enough.
Yes, we always hear about the downsides of studio meddling and how it can ruin films, and you see it a lot. But I'm sure there's been plenty of examples of studio meddling that like reined in a director who was out of his fucking mind. And I think you just nailed it right there. Like the idea of, I'm picturing that movie like with Han Solo's voice coming out of a fish, but he's like a little bubbly every time he says something. Like he hears like some water bubbles or something, and I just don't think that works.
No, it would have probably, I don't know if it necessarily would have ruined the movie, but I think that Han Solo would not be the beloved character that he is today.
Sure.
If he was a giant fish. So yeah, there are a lot of stories where I've talked to a lot of people in the industry, and I've been lucky enough to hear a lot of stories. I've also been lucky enough to hear stories that they're like, okay, I'm going to tell you this. You can't put it in the video, but I'm going to tell you this, because a lot of people are still working in the industry, and they're like, if you say this, they're going to know that it was me that told you, and it's going to hurt future jobs. And that's kind of a bummer, but it's cool that I have all this like insider information where this director was an asshole, or this husband and wife couple were filming and they were just arguing and they basically got divorced while they were making the movie, like that kind of thing. It's always funny to hear. And I do appreciate hearing that. And I like when I can just have a director or somebody who is out of the industry. Like I talked with a guy he's been out of the industry for about 15 years, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you all this dirt and I'm just going to crap all over everybody. And it's great because you're getting that unfiltered, like not distanced Hollywood answer. You're getting like the real story as opposed to the story that you might have heard.